Yeah, we up.
Alright, yeah, that nigga, man.
Them niggas selling dope.
Light niggas is going hard. They was
Hey! What? Malcolm X is light skinned. I want y'all to say something.
No, he wasn't,
go.
bro.
Red?
Malcolm,
he had red hair.
He was a red nigga.
We ain't letting that shit ride.
Okay, Angela Davis.
Fuck is Angela Davis?
What? What?
And we recording.
Yeah, we recording.
Hey, me.
Yeah, we recording.
50th episode.
What's that?
Last episode, you had a lot of infractions.
What I do? Oh.
You was ageism. It was cold. It was pretty hot.
Oh yeah, you was wild.
You can't really afford nothing else. If you don't know, just stay quiet. Because you can, hey.
Look at Angela Davis
But
right
them
now.
black Twitter better not catch
I know they
us.
gonna get a hold of you.
Light you up, boy.
Hey, he said something. They got mad at me.
Well, what happened? What I
Facebook
say?
like Facebook don't want me to come back.
Yeah, you hot.
You, Farrakhan, and that white racist dude. Like,
Yeah.
how you public enemy number 3?
Right.
That's the hardest to get on.
Yeah, that shit wild.
It ain't as hard as
What
that.
you say?
Let's start. Hold on.
Let's
You
kick it
introduce the
off.
podcast like.
Whoa. This is Brothers Talking Shit, episode 50, the big 50. And I ain't talking about 50 Cent either. I done hit the pen. Shout out to my sister Ashley. I got that 211 on ice, and the ice melted quick. I'm ready to go. I got my beverage on deck. I am deep. If you don't know by now, I should have to tell your ass. I'm gonna tell your ass anyway. Fuck it. I am the Flush Man, also known as the Fat Boy, but he a little slimmer now. Also known as the man who has no problem calling you broadish, even though I ain't pulled that out in a while. I got that in the cut.
You supposed to point at your shirt when you said it. You whack and shit for that.
Right. I ain't think about it. I forgot I had it on. See, I can smoke. That fucked up now. I am your Huckleberry. I am your NBA analyst / NFL analyst. That's me.
And I'm Rel, aka Iceberg Shorty, aka the king of controversial comments. I said what I said. Little man in the right hand corner. And I got somebody with me today.
It's your boy, Cool Mike, a.k.a. Dr. Mike, a.k.a. the People's Podiatrist, a.k.a. your favorite foot doctor, a.k.a. Crypto Cool, a.k.a. Saturday Night Mike in the house.
With your Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
And it's Saturday night. We on. We on.
Okay, so since we just hyped about the introductions, you already know what it is. It's your homie Boy Ju, aka the Charm God, aka Juice, aka the freshest, light-skinned, dark-skinned nigga you know. Also known as motherfucking dope-selling Chico DeBarge. You know what I'm saying? That's who the fuck I am on the 50th episode.
Oh, hold up. Also known as Mr. Bear from Facebook.
Also known as Butterscotch. Not my
Right. Get it right.
I haven't thought about the song I'm stepping up to.
You gotta go into that, man. It's crucial.
I gotta think about it, man. Yeah, I'm Mr. Ben from Facebook. So, Cool asked me, what did I say? I have a hunch on what I said. Well,
They don't tell you what you say.
well, let's take this back. I posted something in the group that I feel did get me popped once.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I posted okay, so it was this meme that said this how niggas send dick pics, and it was a puppet with like a goatee showing his dick. It was like it was fun.
Puppet with a goatee.
It was a puppet dick. So
Yeah.
the admin of the group is my homegirl. She like, yo, the puppet penis gonna get you popped. You know you can't do that. And I took that. And nothing happened since then. I was good.
Yeah.
But I made a couple trans posts. And I think somebody reported the trans post. And because the trans post got reported, you know I'm an advocate for heterosexual black men and our voice.
Yep.
I think I am getting popped on a daily basis. It went from me being banned from groups and joining groups from the 29th. It went to the 1st. It went to the 2nd. It went to the 3rd. It went to the 5th. And now it is the 6th. I cannot join. I cannot, any group that I don't here's the cold part. For all y'all out in TV land, I am an admin on Brothers Talking Shit Facebook page. Love y'all, by the way. Y'all interactive.
Yep.
And
Shout out to Tracy. She's amazing.
We love y'all. And we have a closed group. So we have a closed group that goes along with that where we get more detail and talk about stuff. I can't even post in that, and I manage it. So if y'all notice, I haven't been doing anything because Facebook says I'm a problem to the community. Okay, so what did I say on the trans post? On the trans post, I said, hey, it's getting hot in here all of a sudden. You got girls, real girls, that are saying, hey, I don't want to compete with men. Dude, you were competing in male athlete events last year. Now you're competing this year as a woman. I got a problem with that. Who wouldn't have a problem with that? I spoke on it. And so I think a couple people got upset, reported. Facebook think, this is Pride Month. They like, niggas, Pride Month. You ain't gonna say nothing Pride Month. And that's it. I got popped.
Before you go further, right? That's an interesting conversation to me. How is that handled when a man who qualifies as a man has a sex change and now he's a woman? Is he able to participate in like track and field or sports now that deal with women? Is that fair? I'm even curious about the bathroom situation and how all that goes. Is there anything that's been put out, or do y'all got any information? Because maybe I'm a little ignorant. I guess I am a little ignorant to those subjects.
Well, they've been picking and choosing state by state, city by city, school by school, what they're going to allow and what they're not going to allow. It was probably a couple months ago they was talking about somebody went trans and now they running track and field. You know what I'm saying, in the women's category. It's hard to change your molecular makeup. And when I say hard to change, you just can't change it, right? Your physical, you can do that all you want. And you can know, I guess they have testosterone inhibitors. You know what I'm saying? But, is that on the ban list, right? You know what I'm saying?
If you say it's, okay, testosterone, what?
Inhibitors.
And what is that?
As in you don't produce testosterone. Just like you can get estrogen, you know what I'm saying?
So
enhancers.
Would that make somebody in track and slow not as fast? I mean, track and field, I'm sorry. Not as fast because they don't have, like, I feel like, let's say in sports, if a man who, let's say he came in sixth in Olympic trial as a man, he turned into a woman, can he go qualify in the Olympics now as a woman?
There's somewhere, there's some precedent where, in certain, I don't know if it's like statewide, where basically some transgenders are competing, out in the category which I guess they identify, and they like smoking, the competition on some level. So I don't know the specifics of where it is because I don't get caught up in the minutia of it all. It's just my whole thing is like we all individually have things in our lives that we prioritize, right? None of our we just got finished talking about the business of brothers talking shit before we came on, and it's all dealing with our strengths and weaknesses. How can we help each other? Because we all got moving parts going on to our lives, right? So I get it. Not every issue you might not champion or might not be a priority in your life. So it's just one of those things that hasn't been a priority in my life. It doesn't mean that I think less than anybody. You know what I'm saying? So I just don't know enough on that level to discuss it any more mature than that.
Okay.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing is that you have is that grease burning? Okay, good. We frying chicken in here too.
Bro, hold on real quick.
Okay, cheers.
Cool, I don't know if y'all know Cool's in the box of rub. So you might hear Cool.
Yeah.
Just so the world know.
Yeah.
They
we did it during the introduction though.
Yeah,
we
I said a little bit. You said I'm not by myself.
Okay, all right, you right. All right, go ahead. My bad.
Before we continue, this may be kind of childish of me, but I'm jealous that everybody's got to have fun with each other this summer, and it's just been me and you tonight.
You down there? You coming down?
I'm gonna get y'all. I might make up some shit about y'all and get y'all on Facebook.
cashing my juices to plug Houston.
Hey, they know I'm the plug. Hey, I am the plug. Come on, I'm the plug. All right, so Facebook, don't take the socket from me. But check it out. So in transitioning from male to female, Rel mentioned inhibitors. So there are things that reduce testosterone. You can take things that increase estrogen.
Yep.
At our core, we have to understand we are chemical compounds. Chemicals and how you align things make you what you are. Which is why I think some physicists and some people are coming up with theories that we could be like a simulation. Because we're just information comprised to make us what we are. Okay? So I know that it's possible for men to begin to transition. Here is the issue at hand. We have men that may not be taking these things. They just identify with being women. We have some men that have begun to transition late. If you look at some of the guys that have transitioned very early, you will see over time they actually do begin to look like women. Like they actually begin to look like women. I'm not talking about where you can like drag queens where man he hasn't transitioned at all, done anything to himself. He's just a man in makeup. These men actually look like women. And I mean this thing gets complex for sure. But the only problem is the only thing is if I'm competing in male sports last year, and then I go compete with women today because I identify as a woman, that's unfair. It's unfair. We know that the issue is complex, but I can't fight like UFC. You got men that identify as women want to go and compete in physical sports. And like physical sports, and you're hitting on women. And so this is what I told. Oh, I also said this. I think this got me popped too. I said I believe that trans women are just men infringing on women's rights, and it really is. I mean, at the end of the day, it really is. It's like, dude, it's because you're a man. You have the ability to say, I want to be a woman today. I'm gonna go into a woman's sport and dominate.
Right. If you barely a good if you're the 12th man on a college team, and then next year you're a woman and you can still hoop, is it fair for that man to be able to, that woman now to be able to compete with women?
Right. And so I talked to my cousin yesterday, and I don't want to sound like the racist like white guy who has black friends, but he's gay. You know, he's gay. He's got a husband in New York. I've talked about before. This is like my brother, man. I love him to death, and we have very open dialogue about everything. And I was talking to him about it. I was like, you know, I'm a very liberal thinking man. And even for a heterosexual black man, I'm not big. I don't think I practice bigotry at all against anybody that has a sexual preference. I have friends of all walks of life. Lesbian friends, friends that are gay men. I'm in the arts. So I know everybody in every walk of life. I love everybody. And like I was telling him, I feel that real gay people have had their movement hijacked. I think that people that have tried to pray the gay away, try to be different, but they just really are gay, they've had their movement hijacked because we have people that want to be something or pushing something. And I really do think that. I think there's a movement being pressed on people that has nothing to do with what it really started with. You know, and I know it's going to be sensitive when we're talking about sexuality, but you know, it's just, I do believe that. Like, I went by a Carter's. It's a children's store. They got rainbows in there. Like, and he said this. He was like, yo, I'm seeing kids transitioning early. Nobody's dealing with the fact that maybe they might just be gay or headed that way. We're telling the kids at like 7 that they need to transition to something else. And that shit is wild. Like, we got kids at 7 years old.
Oh, don't get it twisted, man. Everybody is celebrating this month. Don't ever get it twisted.
Oh, yeah.
Because if you're not celebrating, you're problematic. Right? So right. Even if you don't, only people that ain't celebrating this month is Chick-fil-A. You know what I'm saying? And they fucking sandwiches are so good. They sandwiches are so good they don't have to.
Yeah, yo.
Right? No, straight up.
Chick-fil-A on the Donald Trump side of the game.
Yeah,
Say what
no,
you want.
yeah, straight up.
That's how I get down.
Yeah, like, right. But, like, I was looking, it's funny, my phone keep telling me about Mario Maker. Mario Maker 2 is coming out, and it's GameStop. So the GameStop logo is in rainbow right now. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
Carter's, Children's Place, I was at the mall, same thing. You know what I'm saying? H&M can't be a part of no more fiascos ever since the monkey, you know what I'm saying, the coolest monkey in the jungle shirt. So they got to celebrate everything, man. So if you're not celebrating pride, you're problematic. Down to the Absolute vodka bottles being, you know what I'm saying, having rainbows on it. And walk past the Michael Kors store, right? You know what I'm saying? They got whole outfits and everything. June is Pride, yeah.
Pride.
Yes.
I haven't seen it. Well, I guess I ain't paying attention.
You're not paying attention. You've seen it. You
You
definitely
just
seen
ain't
it.
paying attention.
Yeah, you definitely seen it. Yeah.
I be in my
Yeah.
home sometimes.
Yeah.
It's definitely everywhere.
There's
Like, you
no
can't
way.
not see
Yeah,
it.
no way.
We went to IKEA. IKEA had the flag in the middle of the flag thing, and the United States flag was over here, and the Maryland flag was over here, and something else. It was in the middle. Like, but you gotta be, you know what I mean, checking on some level for it.
Now we bought it up, you gonna see it.
You gonna see it.
Everywhere.
Right.
Watch.
Bet money.
Watch. Yeah.
I'm on Instagram, and the Howard alumni page got the rainbow in the I like golly in the avatar corner.
So if you're not posting the rainbow, you look like you're not.
Right. You're problematic. That's what I'm saying.
I think that's crazy, man. Can I go ahead and say it?
Go ahead.
I mean, it's absurd to say, like, if you don't champion a thing, that you're against it. Even though society, you're absolutely right, especially if you corporations or businesses, you know, them people, like, come on, man. Them people, you know what I'm saying? It's the same people. It's the same people that pay white men the highest out of everybody else that run these same companies that's making these same decisions. It's really hypocrisy at its finest. So you could pick and choose what you get mad at, who you get mad at for somebody for saying something. You can't even get equal pay right? You can't even get equal rights right? So unless somebody is open and honest, and because I gotta worry about my black kids getting shot in the street, that's my priority. Right? And I ain't nobody asking for no red, black, and green flag to be flown nowhere. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? Like so I'm just saying that you kind of take it or leave it. And I appreciate people that can celebrate themselves. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But it's almost like a get down and lay down mentality, and I think it's almost broken too far that if you say anything, you're gonna be ostracized for just having an opinion sometimes.
Yo, I think just in general, they got their own flag. Like, what do Black History Month got? Instead of Black History Month flag,
No, we got an RBG flag, but they not gonna fly it. Like, look,
I'm not seeing these things.
Xbox. Are y'all gonna make a little thing for us? Like, I've seen everything. Are y'all gonna put an RBG flag up? Y'all niggas don't even want. We can't talk about reparations.
Right.
Yeah. You seen how the artist dude did the thing for Juneteenth for Google, and they offered him a job. Because he was like, you know the Google Doodle? If you go to Google at the top where you know they have different things, he was like, Google literally do a Google Doodle for everything, but they didn't do one for Juneteenth, so I did one myself. So it's like chains.
Okay.
Yeah, the link's broken, but it was spelled out in Google.
It was
Dope. It was dope. You know what I'm saying?
Probably real slick and easy, and they ended up offering him a job.
Yeah.
That's the beauty of the social media component, though, man.
Right.
You can literally,
Because this shit went viral quick.
flip
I
overnight.
didn't even see that.
Yeah.
But y'all see, Pennsylvania, we got made Juneteenth a national. I don't know if it's a holiday in our state. Like it's a state.
Yeah. They recognize it.
Yeah, officially.
Shout out to Pennsylvania for that. First off, shout out to everybody who has done that. For many years, we celebrated here in Texas because
Because it was huge in Texas.
Yeah.
it's about Texas. We were the last slaves to be free. This is the last state to free slaves. We didn't want to do it because we were so far away from everything that was being covered. They had to ride into town and free us. So we appreciate everybody that's black in every state that's upholding this.
I just heard of Juneteenth moved to Ohio. As a matter of fact, I had finished even Howard. Like I don't remember it like that, but Robert and them, they was from the South.
That's what I'm saying.
And,
I
so
didn't hear about it until I
2001.
moved to Texas.
Yeah,
We talking about 3 years.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? My man say, "Oh, it's Juneteenth."
Yeah.
What the fuck is that?
Yo,
And then he put me on. I mean, grown ass adult, bro.
That's just how wicked the game is.
35 years old. You know what I'm saying?
That's just how well the plan worked, by the way. When you talk about just let's break history and check it, it's the same. It's damn the telephone thing. It's the reason why Juneteenth exists. It's the figurative extension of Juneteenth. Like,
Right.
What that happened?
Yeah.
What they freed us? What
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What we was this? We was kings. What
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like yo, wicked.
2.5 years
Yeah.
after the
A
Emancipation
learning.
Two and a half.
2.5 years.
Hey.
Kept us working.
Yeah.
And we walked right the fuck into Jim Crow.
Yeah.
Right. Oh yeah. Straight to it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Straight to it.
So I appreciate that, man. Juneteenth is in my blood. We grew up celebrating it. We was at church. And so I thought growing up that Juneteenth was something that everyone did. And so
So
when
you
I was
already knew. So you knew about it.
Oh, it's big in Texas. It happened in
yeah,
Texas.
Yeah, because we knew. And so when I went to Virginia, I remember going to the Navy and I was talking about it and like nobody knew what it was. And so like I had to kind of school folks like, yo man, like Texas was the last free slave. Like they didn't even want to do it. And so now because of social media, there's so much love. I think Ohio is actually funny you mentioned them. I think they were one of the states that caught on earlier. So like there's a few places, actually Virginia too, because they have a Juneteenth celebration. There's some states that actually caught on to it some years back, and they've been doing it because they found out about it. And now because of social media, black people, they trying to ban us. They don't want us talking because they know what we doing on social media.
Yeah.
We
It's happening quick
changing
too.
lives.
It's happening
Black-
quick too.
Black
It's
did
doing it.
an episode about Juneteenth also.
Who? Blackish?
Blackish, yeah.
Oh yeah, but you know who really set it off was goddamn Childish. He did an episode on Atlanta for Juneteenth.
Right.
Yeah.
And you know what's crazy? Last year, me and my girl, and we forgot to do it this year. She said, next year, we taking off Juneteenth. But we didn't do it, we forgot to. Now, hopefully, things, it'll be a day off in Pennsylvania, so I'll have every Juneteenth off.
Shout out to Raspy Ross. He had an event. He's an advocate just for us as black people. He's in between Houston and Atlanta. And so Atlanta, like George for sure. Atlanta's been on Juneteenth, and he had a program out there. So shout out to the family out in Atlanta that was supporting, man. Because this is a history that is just it's more recent, like for people to know about.
So Juneteenth was actually the day when slavery ended in Texas.
It was June 19th. They celebrate. I don't know if it was June 18th or actually June 19th, but a general rode into Galveston, and basically from the Union, it was like, look, y'all free. Like the Emancipation Proclamation has already went down. You guys are free, but because where Texas sits in comparison to where the theater of battle was going on, we didn't. This is a lot of land, bro. I mean,
Yeah,
like,
you gotta think no planes, trains, or automobiles there.
Yeah, Texas
So
was
they-
bucking like,
so
fuck that.
So they
We not
basically
bringing
kept
nobody.
slaving them. They basically kept slaving them without telling them.
Yeah, they
free.
slaved them without telling them, and they knew. And so that general had to come in and seize it and say, yo, free these people, man. They
Right.
free.
The Emancipation Proclamation was January 1st, 1863. And then
So 6 months passed.
No. January 1st, 1863. Juneteenth wasn't until June 19th, 1865.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, 2.5 years, bro.
Slaving them.
Yeah, 2.5 years.
I didn't know all that.
Yeah.
I'm thinking it was 6 months. So.
Nah.
Y'all want to know something that's crazy, though?
What's that, bro?
So slavery ends 150 years ago. I think we talked about this last week. And then we walked into Jim Crow, and we talk about redlining and all that shit. And look at what we are today, y'all. Y'all can't tell me black people ain't like special. Like nigga, we still ain't free, and we are remarkable as fuck.
Yeah, that's like it's really the problem. Like, and it's funny because even I was watching the Mike Epps joint. He was like, man, the older I get, everybody keep saying like the older you get, you be like, man, this is some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
and not on no negative, but on some you it's half positive, but all a little clear looking like you ain't duping and it's not la la land and we ain't finna just hold hands necessarily and shit gonna come together. So and then the way social media moves so quick, man, it reminds you of stuff that I might have learned it in 9-4 on Howard campus, but I ain't touched it since then. So now it's moving so quick, man. I don't think they anticipated information coming back and being able to be exchanged and shared so freely. That's why you gotta ban people that's really talking some truth out here. You feel me? Like, and it don't even matter. Like, it ain't no more. And I keep saying this. This thing keeps. Juice, can we hear you? Can you see her? Here?
Yeah. I'm texting.
He and Paul.
Oh, that's right. This theme keeps coming up, and I keep saying these specific words, man. Every belief system, no matter what you believe in, who you believe in, who you pray to, right? Every belief system has its set of flaws. So no longer should it be, my religion is better than yours. My God is better than yours. Unity first, right? Before Islam, before Christianity, black people walked this earth, roamed this earth. You understand? Right. So that was something even before the religious component. So if you strip down and take out the competition, the religious aspect of spirituality, and just focus on the unity, that's scary, bro. We are geniuses. You understand? We're not starting from zero. We're starting from negative. We a bunch of geniuses walking around baseline geniuses that been told everything but you a fucking genius. You understand what I'm saying? Been told everything but it's the God in you. And the devil in you, right? When shit ain't going right, you look in the mirror, and it's your fault. You know what I'm saying? And I'm talking to myself when I say that. You understand? It ain't no more if I curse out loud or if I do something right here, and some big old figure that's saying yes to this deed and no to this deed. You just not finna get me believe that like that no more, right? And so, in general terms, who are we? Who are you? Where do we come from? Like, these are things that have been kept from us on purpose. And now you just want to start to know why the older you get. And now you begin to see and understand why. You put, and like I said, if it's equal, it's a blowout.
Right. That's like that race where
92 Dream Team blowout, yo.
Like when you I give you a head start, or then you go to 10 and you got 8 already.
Yeah.
That's what we gotta work from zero. Y'all got 8 to start off with.
Because if it was 0-0,
what you said was key, man. Like, something. I took my kids to the museum, right? We go to the museum, Natural Science Houston, and we get to the evolution part. And I'm breaking shit down to my kids because I gotta say this too to the mothers and fathers out there. When you go to academia, any center of academia where white people are in charge, you have to have a knowledge of self to put some of the filters on with your kids. So when we start talking about evolution and we start breaking it down, I had to put certain filters on them because they're going to always make the most evolved man a white man. Right. But if you look at Somalia and Ethiopians, they have very keen features and stringy hair, and they are black. So you must understand that all hair types, all color types and phenotypes come out of Africa. And so they're not gonna give you the information. Now the funny thing is though, they put it in sight. So you can see it, but do you understand what you're looking at? So when you think about the Incas, the Indians and the Mayans who have African phenotypes and paintings of dark people.
Noses like ours.
They was already here. So but you got to break that down when you start talking to people because they won't understand. They'll just be like, okay, see, they just made us one group of people. Like, okay, y'all all niggas. That's it. You know what I'm saying? And that ain't true.
The plan is crazier than we thought it was, bro. Wicked.
Don't the Bible say Jesus' skin was the color of copper or something?
Bronze.
Bronze.
Yeah.
So look, it's funny. So look, it's funny because I've recently even poured over the words. So you know, you grow up hearing hair like wool and skin the color of bronze, right? Skin like bronze or whatever.
Right.
So if you look at like on the little Bible apps now, recently, so in general, hair like wool. When you talk about a metaphor or simile, right? We know what woolly hair looks like, right?
Right.
Or is like, if it's talking about texture and all of that kind of stuff, right? And then if you say like skin the color of bronze, that connotes, you get a certain image in your head, right? Of what bronze is. When you ain't say yellow, you ain't say pale, you ain't say, you know what I mean? Say bronze. So the latest, or I don't know latest, but the app was like hair white like wool.
White like wool.
For real? Oh man,
Bruh. I didn't even know to tell about it. I just kept it to myself. Like, hey, it's about that connotes, that visualizes a whole nother thing to me. When I was like, yeah, wait a minute, right? This ain't how I remember hearing it or reading it. And it was like skin either glowing or radiating, like, or something like bronze. It wasn't like you got bronze skin. It was like you lighten up like somebody that got bronzer on. And then it wasn't like you got hair like wool. It was like hair white as wool. That's a whole different. I was like, yeah, they gonna really be having
Tupac gonna be white. Tupac gonna be white.
I'm about to say, yo, they really gonna white
Let
on.
me tell you,
I mean,
when you burn these bronze or those metals and you pull them out, they are very dark. They don't tell you that. So you see a penny is polished, but when it's going through its phases, initially it's very dark. Jesus, who they depict as a very dark man. I'm gonna break it down to you even further. Adam, when you get down to what Adam really means, ADAM, the Hebrew term for that, what it really means is red. It's a dark red, muddy red. So the knowledge is there if you look for it, man. Like, these people were under the sun in Africa. They were not white people at all. They were very dark. We've spent so much time and effort in trying to take away from what we've done as a people. Egypt. When you look at any Egyptian model, statue, whatever, the nose is gonna always be missing. I don't care where you go. You could be in Houston, New York, any museum, the nose is missing. And why is that? I mean, it's the phenotype. They have some fat ass noses.
Oh,
their
wow.
noses look like ours. And they literally cut the noses off the statues, to what's his name? So that's the saying, cut off your nose to spite your face. That's where that saying come from.
I really thought that was like within time, and that's crazy. The rest of it, nothing wrong with the rest of
that was on purpose.
Right.
Them Mayan Incan Jones, wide and fat too noses. Come on, y'all.
You know, it said that Napoleon, people have to understand this too, that Egypt was actually conquered several times by different civilizations. So you will get different groups of people in Egypt over time. But initially, Egypt was named Kemet, man. It was Kemet. They say that, now that means, I think, dark land or something like that. And they were trying to say that it was because of the soil, the rich soil. But we know that's not true. It was black people there. There was nothing but black people.
They can't live in the sun. It's no disrespect.
Yeah.
They can't live in the sun. When we talking about food, sun poisoning on the podcast, did that come up? Did I tell you about that?
Mm-mm.
Oh,
I don't think so.
all right. Well, let me tell you this.
Talk to a doctor.
Let me tell you
Come
about
on,
that,
doc.
because this was like, it was worse than Juneteenth. Let me tell you, man. Long story short, I can't even tell specifics, but somebody I know was like, yeah, we couldn't go out and play. Couldn't go out on the links or the swing, hit the ball or the golf course, cause the twosome we was gonna play with, dude got sick. What happened? He got sun poisoning. I said, what is that? Well, first of all, I ain't say what is that. I went later and Googled the shit. This was recently, cause I'm considering myself fairly intelligent, but like I know what I don't know either. Now I don't know. Maybe it's a reason I never really heard of sun poisoning. Man, apparently you get, it's just exposure to the sun. It's like burn, but like you get nausea and vomiting and some other shit, and like I was like, you. So listen, let's take the jokes out. Let me straighten my mind. You literally cannot survive where they say it was written at. You couldn't do it if you tried in the 2,000 years since they talked about it. You couldn't do it. You couldn't do it. You would die in that environment, right? You just can't. Whether it be cancer or sun poisoning or some kind of, you couldn't do it. You literally couldn't do it. So it's a wicked game, man, and it's still working. You know what I mean? And you know.
The crazy part is how they try to play the mind games and convince us. Like, it don't make sense, man. Like, it's not making sense what you're saying. If this is where it happened at,
handshake ain't man
people
to
that
smile.
live here now, how can you tell me a white man with blue eyes and blonde hair was there? And that's what everything was like then. Come on.
It wasn't no AC. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't no refrigeration.
Wasn't no sunscreen.
Yeah, no sunscreen, no SPF
Yeah, right. He's
35.
Right. He's sunburned.
Yeah.
They
Minimally. In a couple hours. That's my point, Neef. Minimally, they just sunburned. You see what I'm saying? Let alone be there or working there or living
Sunburn
there.
is the least of the worries.
That's an hour.
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to tell y'all something else. You could Google this. This is all factual, actual. That we're a Homo sapien sapien, meaning that it is said that we are the purest form of human being. And it is said that Caucasian people are Homo sapien plus, meaning that there are some additives. And one of the things that they have found, and white scientists have said this and backed this up, that there is Neanderthal DNA inside of many of those that are white. So Neanderthal was not the same as humans. They were actually pretty different. So there is a possibility that what you see is a certain type. It definitely is a mutation of human. Look, we ain't talking racism right now. We talking science, people. So if you're offended, just go ahead and turn the fuck off right now. But it's true. That this is said that Neanderthal, and that's reasonable. When you listen, man, when you get off into we're trying to explore the moon. This place on Earth, motherfuckers ain't explored.
Right.
When you get off into the Netherlands, and
We
all
never
of
went
that,
to the moon.
Other people there.
Right, we never go to the moon, right, bro? I'm with that.
Oh, we ain't never went to the moon. Yo, there's an exhibit we paid for. Hey, Houston. Oh, y'all gonna ban me for this. Oh, y'all really gonna ban me. Hey, Science Museum, we paid all that money for one exhibit. You know why? You know why that moon exhibit was so small? Cause we ain't been in that motherfucker. It ain't much shit to look at. It's fake. I ain't been to the moon.
Man,
You're not gonna tell me we went to the moon in 1965 and in 2019 we can't go. You're not gonna tell me that.
54 years later.
There's no way you're gonna convince me that happened.
We wasn't even wearing seatbelts.
Right.
Motherfucker was smoking in treatment rooms in 19.
It's on planes. They was smoking on planes.
Doctor wasn't wearing gloves and shit. You
Yeah.
know, trying to tell me
They
there ain't no
said they
spaceship.
can't
up
get
there.
past the Van Allen belt. So the radiation belts are two belts. It's a belt that circles the Earth, and there's a belt above that. It's the Van Allen belt, and there's so much radiation that they can't get through them.
So how?
Somehow, though, y'all had the technology to get through them back in the 60s, but you can't get through that motherfucker in 2019. Y'all can hear me talk about Budweiser and give me an ad for it.
Elon Musk put a Tesla in space. Like, you're not gonna talk me to death.
Right. They trying to sell space tickets right now.
Right now.
I ain't going.
They got self-driving cars.
Oh, yeah?
They do got self-driving cars. Crazy. I think there's this company called Neuro or something like that, and they've actually just approved it here in Houston, where Domino's, you can order pizza from Domino's and a self-driving car, drop it off. We're living in the future, man, for sure.
We still ain't seen that Jetsons shit. I thought it'd have been the Jetsons by now.
Man, it's about to come. I seen a thing. It had Uber and it had you sit in it and it's supposed to be autonomous and it lifted up and fly you to your destination. They say 2023. They trying to get it popping.
2023.
Listen, it's almost scary. Cause
Right.
that
Yeah, I thought-
that artificial intelligence shit is really like
Oh, that's
here.
Oh yeah, AI ain't going
Yeah,
nowhere.
it's here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like, so they talk about like in computing and thinking how you think and answer like,
They glanced over the part. What was it? Facebook. They had the two robots that became self-aware and start talking in their own language, and
Yeah.
nobody understood
And
it.
they had
They
to shut
start
them down.
smashing. They start
They had to-
smashing.
they had to shut them down. Nigga,
Yeah.
it's real shit, nigga.
Yeah, that shit happened.
Terminator shit going on.
Yeah,
It's
they
real
shut them
shit.
down quick.
And
Well,
that's-
Elon did say that. He said that a world that would be completely ran by AI will have a dictatorship that you cannot overthrow. Because if they have the ability to think and create languages and get you out of shit. Look, I want an AI bitch. That's what I need though. Can we make some shit with
Did you
shit?
say, hold on, hold on.
Give me
Hold
AI.
on. We did.
I need a bitch that's AI, but take certain parts out of her that don't catch me doing fucked up shit. Don't pop my head to
That's
death.
gonna get you banned.
Oh man!
Give me some shit I can work with, then I'm with it.
Hey, y'all
That's
talking
what I
about, hold on. The ground up I got for last week, y'all just gonna let this shit rock? Y'all gonna let this shit rock after what I went through last week?
We expect this from
You said
Juice.
no. Let me get an AI, bitch. Take some shit out the bed. And I got grounded up because I ate with a little pickles.
Hey,
Yo,
I ain't gonna
back.
lie, I ain't gonna lie, though. You ate them ladies up.
You ate them old ladies up,
So
yeah.
funny, hey, dog. That shit-
No, y'all was laughing so fucking hard, dog.
Cause you kept going.
Right, you just put on the
You
gas
kept
with it.
going. Yeah.
Nah, that shit was hilarious, man.
No, it's episode 50. We've been real serious. I want to have some fun, man. I got some shit I got to
Okay, let's go.
Let's talk about it. The Chance the Rapper Doritos fucking commercial, dog. This shit is the worst shit in my fucking life. He's up there with the fucking the two boys from what's the name of that spot with the hot dogs and shit? The drive-through spot where you can pull up and get your food.
Sonic.
Sonic. I hate them two white guys. I hate them to death. I hate Chance the Rapper. Shit with the top go, go. That shit is the worst commercial. And then he started dancing with what's the name of that group?
NSYNC.
not
No,
that-
98 Degrees.
no, that's the-
Backstreet Boys.
Dog, what's up with Chance the Rapper, man? I'm trying to understand what's up with this Chance the Rapper shit, dog. I don't get it, man.
I think he's making money.
He making money, but I think he was scared about the second. I hear his first album, don't get me wrong. But I think he was scared to put out the second album because that shit is trash.
So I'm glad we're talking about hip hop because I said some controversial shit the other day, real. Wants me to speak on. But I fuck with Chance. I think Chance has gotten to a place where I don't know his deal right now. I think he's independent. If I'm not mistaken, he's still independent.
Correct.
And he's listen, dog. When you ain't signed and you independent and you can get some Doritos money, nigga, I'd probably be up there.
I ain't mad at you though. Did you hear that verse though?
What, on the Doritos run?
That shit was poop juice, dog.
But you gotta think, yo, Chance hip hop ain't for you. Like you have to accept that. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't never heard none of the acid rap, you know what I'm saying, mixtapes,
Yeah.
it ain't for you. Yeah,
But it ain't for you.
it ain't for you. Yeah, Nah.
Y'all know me, so y'all know.
yeah, it ain't for
Yeah,
you.
yeah. Like. And I'll be honest, like, I love all hip hop. My favorite hip hop is like the Chance type shit. But I get that it's not for everybody because it's just really eclectic. So you ain't gonna, you either with it or you ain't.
That's a good point about the ain't for you. And like Chance got a better shot at being for you, Neef, than the offbeat rapping niggas. Like I didn't realize that the offbeat rapping is a thing in and of itself. Like they
With the
think,
Blueface shit and all.
yeah, like they think, like we clowning it. They think it's a wave.
Who
I
else
mean,
is Blueface and who else?
let me say.
That's a bunch of them, yo.
It's a wave.
Yeah.
For them,
Wave.
like they go in the clubs, seeing people perform, off rap, beating. You know what I mean? Shout out to DJ Splash. Jabari.
Yeah.
You know what? The Roscoe P. Coltrane would have had a slide out here.
Yup. Yep.
Because he was one of them kind of guys.
Yep.
Silk the Shocker kicked that.
Right.
Yep.
He was
Yep.
the first
That's
nigga.
another one.
He
Yep.
was the first
Y'all
nigga.
hit a couple nails in the head with that.
Mhm.
It took 50 episodes, but Shook the Shocker finally made it, baby.
No, try to listen now.
Yeah. Oh.
What you thought?
Try to listen now.
Hold on. You, with the ear you got, you thought Silk the Shocker album was going to be something?
Back then,
Well, everybody, anything they put out
everything they did was
they
legit.
deserved first day back then. Man.
Yeah, for sure.
Give me the ball. Listen, there's a couple niggas out of who I'm listening to before I listen to Silk the Shocker.
They was putting albums out every month.
Yeah, you was getting the album for the artwork at that point.
Yeah.
But
You trying to see the cover, you know what I'm saying?
Was like, you thought they talked about it, and you thought it was like, look, this shit gonna have features. It's gonna be stupid.
Yeah.
And I bought the little gray shit with him on there, this little target to the game. So I'm like, this shit gonna be, man, it was poo smoothie.
Hold on. What is niggas in New Orleans doing wearing Skellies? This nigga had a Skelly on all the time. Like, what the fuck is going on with Silk?
And them niggas around you now.
Blueface should put Silk on a remix. Why somebody bring that shit up?
Right.
Huh?
Silk Bright, I'm the originator of this shit. Silk need to come back.
Blueface should put Silk on a remix.
Blueface got a line that's dope. That nigga say, how can I be slipping when I'm the nigga that's doing the mopping?
Nigga, you can mop and still slip, nigga.
Hey, that shit was hot though.
Just wild. Get your mans.
That shit was hot.
No, Juice. No.
I like it. I fuck with it.
And I'm not. You got a right to. I can't.
I just certain things niggas do. Like, I'm not the old head. Damn, I'm an old head now.
Yes.
I'm not the.
You is.
I'm not the old head that's like, I don't fuck with it. Like, a lot of the young niggas, I'm with it. I guess because I'm still like close to it. I'm still mentoring young niggas, so I fuck with it, bro. Like, I get the vibe of some shit.
You gotta fuck with it. Listen, man. I remember it was a classic. You gotta fuck with it off the sense of, like, I don't fuck with Blueface, but I understand the movement. That's how you gotta fuck with it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, when you look back on it, now you can see how on acid or on Angel Dust Method Man with one blinky eye and some crazy hair look to my mother. She, you know what I'm saying? And we in there like METHOD, man. Really, it's the same shit.
Fatigues, Tim, lumberjacks.
What the fuck is this?
When I think of Blueface, I think of more of damn. I had somebody in my head. But I kind of felt like the Wu was gonna last longer. I felt like he feels like something that's gonna be on Love and Hip Hop.
Yeah, you're right.
No, Hurricane Chris, like you know, he gonna have to learn dance. Where is he gonna get his shit on?
You probably right.
What the shit he had?
You probably right, but we consume music so fast, none of that matter. All you gotta do is get one bust down Tatiana, and you can tour for 2 years. I don't give a shit.
But Mike, they gonna fuck that bread up in that 2 years.
So what? Fuck
Yeah.
up a couple. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, this is where the young generation get it right. So the fuck what? They saying so fuck what? Fuck your job. I'm writing on my face. It don't make it right necessarily, but fuck all of that. And you can't tell me the over 40 crew is like, I should have been a little more so the fuck what?
Yeah.
Fuck your job.
Yeah.
I should have took those risks. I should have traveled, y'all.
Yeah,
It's
Joe
lot
got a
of things.
pull up coming out tomorrow at 11 o'clock. Go watch it. I love Joe pull up with Russ.
Who?
Russ. Exactly. Russ making $30 million a year.
Russ who?
Exactly. That's my point.
No, I mean, I think, but I feel like you gotta be smarter too. Like, if you gotta, it's like I don't say it's like an NBA career, but you know, or NFL careers. Most NFL careers last 3 to 4 years, so you gotta be smart with that bread and use it wisely. Because listen, even me as somebody who, when we was kids, we had CDs or we had tapes and shit like that. When you sit back here and listen to a tape, honestly.
Them
Now
kids,
when I listen to music,
them kids smarter, man. It's more money in it now.
There's no money in music though, bro.
Yeah,
there's no money in music,
It's the
and
tour.
they're figuring it out.
They figuring a way out. Listen, these kids, they know, and like that's what you got to respect this shit. They know. That's why some of them old heads mad. Dude, you guy was on what's the name? 9 niggas trying to eat off a CD. Paperwork and business all fucked up. You got the young boy, what's his name, Lil Baby rapping.
Yeah.
I ain't signing no deal. They got it right, bro. They
Yeah.
know what they doing. You got, what's the name of them rapping? Back ends on, they sound mumble. But they saying back ends on back ends on back. That means I'm independent and you gonna give me my money. You gonna give me the deposit before I get here. And before I perform, you gonna give me the back end for this money. They know what they doing. And you get the right people. You get a top dog in TDE with them people over West. You get a Coach K and the people, the boys with Lil Yachty, City Girls, and Amigos. They handling their business a lot. That's the fucking threat, bruh. If we could wake up and put that spark in some of these dudes, then the business is getting handled. I'm not saying you looking for entertainers as the leaders, but niggas ain't as dumb as they want us to be. You understand what I'm saying? And so you do it a little right, and you chip away at it that way. They holding on to their money. They not all signing deals necessarily off the rip the way they did a generation ago, and that is better. Different, and it's seeing a lot more cash flow in these young. Who the fuck are they artists? You understand what I'm saying?
But Blueface signed to Cash Money.
Yeah, I'm not getting into what's the name.
We just talking about in general.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I just told you Russ making $30 million, and your response was who?
Who is that? Right.
You see what I'm saying? With Russ selling out 10,000 people in the show. You know what I'm saying? Doing tour dates.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And he don't give a fuck about nobody.
Like, which I gotta understand, man, and I have to say that I'm fortunate to have witnessed this from so many different people. Is that and actually a producer friend of mine, we were talking about this the other day. He was like, "Yo," he's got crazy credits too. He was like, "Yo, Drew, we living in the Renaissance, and we don't even realize it because it's so much content coming at us that we can't enjoy
Can't
it."
consume it all.
Right.
Nah.
And here's the thing, man. Like, if you get 1,000 people in a year, in a calendar year, to spend just $100 on you, you are living on a six-figure income. And so we get this now. And like, with now, I tell all the young artists, you gotta look at the marketplace. Is your product hot enough for the market? This is simple business. And if it is, you can live off of $250,000, $350,000 income and be winning like other artists can't, and you don't owe nobody, man. It's so many artists, even in Houston. There's a cat named Les. He was fucking with Currency. He's originally from New Orleans, but he moved to Houston, and he was fucking with Currency. He's on his own. Man, he bought his mama a house, and he put on Instagram like, I could buy. I did something I didn't think I could do, and it's like independent, like boys out here independently working.
Yeah.
And
Renting
it's
Sprinter
beautiful.
vans.
Yeah. Shout out to Soulja Boy. He wrote,
Yeah.
he produced,
Yeah.
got daggone that song that went 2 or 3 times diamond.
Yeah.
Like,
It's a fact.
that's there.
That's flowers. That's
Yeah,
flowers.
you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
you can't take that away from him. So when everybody, he don't have this, you don't fucking know what he got.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He's been forward thinking the whole
The
time.
whole way through.
Well, you got to get the first cats that we really seen on that type time. Honestly, is the Houston cats when it was Slim Thug and Paul Wall, and them cats was making all that money. And it wasn't even the internet. They was making all that money out their trunks.
That's true too.
Yeah.
That
It
was
was
some
straight
independent
up
hustle.
we heard of them.
Yeah, that independent hustle was mean in that Houston.
But the same way we talk about how, you know what I'm saying, we are brainwashed with the legacy, the music business is no different.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Like Hov said, y'all out here signing deals
yeah.
for real.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Everybody thought Nipsey was crazy when they put a $1,000 mixtape out.
Yeah.
Guess what? Them shit sold the fuck out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because everybody ain't broke. Don't get
Do
it
y'all
twisted.
know what the budget was for Thriller?
No.
Now, what was the budget?
$750,000.
That's
How much
insane.
money did it make?
Whoa.
Crazy
Whoa.
amounts. It's the greatest selling album of all
Yeah.
time. But
Yeah.
I could do Thriller today, like if I was just an engineer putting together musicians for significantly less. Like, it's just the times, like, we're living in a time like, I put music out, I work with musicians. I can go into a studio right now and really, essentially for just my time per like song or whatever, $100 a song. Like, you can literally be making music without features if you're dope enough and great production. You can be making it with just little to nothing. And I mean, that's where we live at now.
Right.
It's just,
Do it the little Uzi way, and you know what I'm saying? They was loading their shit on SoundCloud. But the reason Uzi got signed because a lot of people realized their money was there and they wanted a part. So I don't really understand how the music business is making it, right? we all know that Cardi keeping the lights on down there at Atlantic, right? You know what I'm saying? They got Ed Sheeran down there, Cardi, and I don't even know who else down there.
Where Beyonce at?
Beyond.
Yeah, Sony.
Well, see, there's only 3 real record labels, right?
Right,
You know what I'm saying? So, she may be at Sony, as a whole when they have her there. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So she keeping the lights on there. I think like Taylor Swift. It's only a few people. Cause like I've heard guys that's like when they go to the label, you go into one building, bruh.
Yeah. Different floors.
It's a shame.
Yeah.
Go different floors.
Yeah.
It's a shame because it's like the wool being pulled. I'm telling you, man. You know, just like the wool being pulled. The curtain, the Wizard of Oz shit. For a lot of shit is being pulled, man. I feel like some generational shit is happening. Cause you're like, I can just do this shit myself. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's
Right. Because once you come self-aware that you already have your following and they did nothing to help that.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you know,
who get paid?
yeah, who get paid. You know what I'm saying? Rick Ross changed record labels. Now that motherfucker, they ain't putting out no music.
Yeah.
Right?
Right,
Because
I'm hearing this is struggle. Like, I've been waiting for that Ross for a minute, dog.
That's crazy.
but that's they old ass. That's a bunch of old ass fucking white people.
Yeah.
Like my man, shout out to Damon Dash, fucking culture vultures.
Yeah.
Right? You know what I'm saying? Holding shit back. Oh, no, you can't do this. You still thinking about 90, 92 Def Jam, 98 Def Jam.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
You're
When they were
not
trying to
even
get
cool,
everything.
though.
Yeah, you're not.
You're not the cool. I'm the cool.
Yeah.
Right.
So.
But speaking of new music, Chris Breezy dropped that new shit.
Woo!
I ain't listened yet. I
He's the
downloaded
king
it.
of R&B.
It's 32 songs. I got a road trip coming up.
I ain't heard
You
it.
said, what would you say? What'd you say, Ron?
I said I got a road trip coming up in a few days, so I'm gonna wait.
Listen, niggas don't talk that king shit, nigga.
I
Niggas
heard
better not talk. Niggas better not say no K words
Yeah.
around Chris Breezy. He the king. K-A-N-G.
Yeah.
K-I-N-G.
32 songs. I mean, hey,
Listen, and they all rock.
Yeah.
You ain't skipping.
I believe it. I believe it.
Hey, this why we cool.
It's
This
like
why
that.
we brothers.
It's like that.
Listen.
Nigga, he's the
not playing no
king.
games. From the beginning, from Indigo.
He
It's
killed.
a go.
Yeah. I like that him and Drake song. That's my shit. I listen to that shit at least 5 times a day.
My favorite joint on there right now for me personally is called Early 2K. Him and Tank.
Mm.
And on the song, throughout the song, they using old songs from the early 2000s, like the late 90s and shit.
That joint with him and her was nice too.
That joint crazy. Drake with him and Trey. Sexy.
Mm.
You can only imagine.
Yeah.
Hey, no offense, y'all. I don't want Chris Brown to be offended because you're like one of my favorite artists right now. But Nick, that cocaine you had in that studio, that when you recorded, nigga, it was premium, huh? It was the best cocaine. Who does 32 songs and they all damn? It gotta be
Right,
the best
listen,
cocaine.
hold on. Not only that, how many did you put out the last time?
It was like 38 or 42,
He put
something
out
like that.
70 songs and 2 albums. This nigga
Yeah.
like pop.
Yeah. He doing it.
Every drink, listen, every drink.
That's the way to do it, bro.
Real shit.
These
On my
days.
R&B playlist, I added 14 songs. Like,
That's a hell of a ratio.
14 songs, dog.
Yeah.
The shit that's fire.
That's nuts.
The him and the Justin Bieber joint.
The Helm, Juicy J, and Juvenile.
Oh, that was hard.
Yo,
I gotta listen to
Yeah.
that.
playing.
Y'all hyping it up
Yeah,
now.
yeah. I downloaded it. I was like, I can't do that in the city. People calling me.
Hey.
Playing the Lucas and Wayne.
Mm.
Juvenile killed that shit like Juvenile got an album coming out.
Hold on, because I want to talk about Juicy J a little bit, man.
Oh yeah, come on.
Juicy J. Now hold on, I'm gonna ask you first, Juice, because you from the South. Now let me
Okay.
start. Well, I'm gonna ask you, but let me. The first time I was really introduced to 3 6 Mafia, I was in Jobport, and I had a boy that was in my dorm. He's from Virginia, and he was playing that shit, and I was like, that nigga got the same flow no matter what the beat is. Juicy J. 30 years later, or 25 years, however long 3 6 been out. We gotta start recognizing Juicy. Not production wise too, but Juicy niggas like 2 years ago. That Juicy J flow was the flow of that like a summer or something. Like it's like a 6-month run where niggas. I think I want to say what's my man ASAP Ferg had a joint. It was a couple drinks out. And remember, a matter of fact, bro, Danielle spoke. I swear Danielle spoke about it, but I might be tripping. about how people are using that Juicy J flow at one point. Maybe I'm tripping though.
Mhm.
Well, like so many people using it, like so you gotta understand, like when the South, like when we really got on the map, we really was not respected like everybody else because obviously you're gonna tend to go towards more of the East Coast rhymers when it comes to lyrics, content, and how they present the information. You know, Southern rap, even outside of the greats like Scarface and 8 Ball and a lot of cats that's really rhyming T.I., it's really about the feel. So Juicy J, like that 3-6 was all about the bounce, always. So it's like it's ridiculous to know that this nigga damn near 30 years later is like his style is infectious. Man, they legends, dog. Like he's a legend. He's a legend. He's got. You gotta give him. You gotta give him like Jay-Z-esque
Right.
credibility with his and Busta Rhymes too. By the way, who's not from the South, but I'm just saying like guys like that who have been around for so long and have went through different time zones on this shit, killing it. They legend. Juicy J could drop a record right now, nigga. It's bouncing. Everybody, you could be 18, you getting it, so that's remarkable.
He always keep a heat in the clip.
Well, I think you're right. I think you really have to give people credit, not only just for being himself through several eras of hip hop, but like slight elevation in what he's saying, how he's saying it, and all that kind of stuff. So I give people credit, man, for getting better with their time, because you don't have to. You know what I mean? So yeah, to stay relevant in several, and we talking eras, man. I was with when 3-6 and them, and I was, you know, they when they was clubbing and fight song and to that was a long time ago. The 90s,
club up,
yeah. Like so.
Yeah. Yo, and he still listens to like he didn't change who he was, and it's still rock though. Like when you hear Juicy J come on, you know it's Juicy J.
Yeah, you ain't changing staying.
Right.
Yeah.
When he got that Grammy, it elevated them as a
The
group.
Oscar.
Yeah, they got the Oscar. You know, for Hard Out There for a Pimp. Yeah, that shit elevated them. They got that show on MTV, and then they became a household name. You know what I'm saying?
And they put years in.
Yeah.
Years of grinding. But that Chris Brown album, dog, definitely like, man, listen, who else he got on there, man? And it's not like it's just, like he got his shit by himself. He killing it. It's a whole lot of fucking going on.
Now I called him the king of R&B on Facebook, and people were a little upset, and I'm like, why? He is like,
hey, listen, he's still.
If it ain't him, who else is it?
Like I think Trey Songz has hit the highest. I think he hit the highest he's going to be. Trey's still going to be Trey though, but I think his peak, he's reached it. I think Chris is still going up. Like, he got that Vince Carter ups. Like he's still.
I mean, like if it ain't Chris Brown, who is it? Like, what are we talking about?
He's getting better. How long Chris been in the game? Chris got to be maybe 30.
No. Chris Brown close to 10 or 15 years in the game.
Chris got. You said you're only 15 years in.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Right, and if he's still getting better after 15 years.
Yeah, he was 16 on Yo.
Right.
Oh, excuse me.
Niggas don't even like Anderson .Paak. Out there in Facebook land, y'all don't like Anderson .Paak. How y'all gonna tell me if Chris Brown ain't king or not? Like y'all don't really listen to music. What do y'all listen to?
That Anderson .Paak and 3 Stacks shit, I meant to talk about it. Dog. My nigga. That Anderson .Paak and 3 Stacks shit? My nigga.
It's 3 Stacks. Like, I mean.
Anderson .Paak those things too. Yeah, 3 Stacks. He need to stop playing, dog.
The nigga was walking around the airport with a flute like 2 weeks ago. What you talking about?
When we gonna get a 3 Stacks album where he rap?
Never.
That shit ain't right.
He do what he wanna do.
When he wanna do it.
Cool, but dog, we need that 3 Stacks album where he rapping.
Hey, hold on, nigga. Why are you in the? When did you learn how to play the flute? Like,
you know me. You think you thought you knew me?
Yeah, like shit like that. Like, it bothers me. When did you learn? You're just in the airport, just walking. Oh man, yo, put an album out. Put a fucking album out.
He don't have nothing to prove. People put out albums because they have shit to prove.
Put out a 3-song EP. Do something, God.
Nice.
He gonna hit you with a 16 or 18 feature
every 3 years.
Right, that's all you gonna get. When he bodied that I'm sorry with T.I., I said, oh Jesus.
Did y'all get to check out the Freddie Gibbs Mad Lil joint?
I did not. I heard it was dope though.
It's so much music, bro.
Go check it. It's dope. Like it's crazy. It's so much music out. You're probably going to be 10 years out and hear stuff that dropped this year and be like, I never heard it, and this shit is crazy.
Oh, for sure, definitely.
Yeah, it happens.
It's so hard when stuff come out. I wanted to listen to Mustard joint. I went to, but I was listening to Chris Hubby, so.
I've been hearing shit about Benny the Butcher too.
I love Benny.
Stop. I've been meaning to ask motherfuckers about Benny the Butcher. These motherfuckers.
Griselda.
Yo. I know. That's why I ain't talking about.
Benny, Conway, Westside Gun, all of Griselda.
Benny Conway a little harder than Westside.
Oh, that nigga Westside Gun is tight.
He like to shoot Lucha the shit. I don't know if he gets the right respect.
Yeah.
Like, I like Westside Gun.
That's a whole cookout in New York.
Like
Griselda, yeah.
Cause Westside was on this shit like Static just did the shit with Bun B. Shout out to Bun. He did the shit. They just did a joint. Westside Gun is on there. So,
yeah.
Hey, shout out to Static Select, man. Like for just doing different shit, doing what he want to do, man. Like he's a dope producer.
They said Hove told Benny not to do the freshman cover, so that's why he ain't on there.
Yeah, like
the double XL.
Nice, though. Yeah. That new EP just put out.
Yeah.
He got the first 2 tracks is Humming, Black Thought, and then Humming Jadakiss.
Yeah.
Black Thought is my top 5 of all time, by the way, for me.
You've told us, Juice.
Yeah.
Hey, Juice, let's get right into your whack ass line of all time since we talk about hip hop. Since we talk about hip hop.
Real, real. I didn't like how you started that.
All right, Juice, go ahead, man.
Hey, I'm a Mac. Don't let these niggas deal you out. Hey, look, Dom Kennedy, Platinum Chanel. Dom Kennedy, Platinum Chanel for me is one of the best hip hop songs of all time. And you gotta listen to it. I think Dom Kennedy is just one of those rappers. It's funny, I was talking to my wife about this the other day. He's got like the South Side H-Town flow, but he's from the West Coast. I just love him. And I like the shit he say. Cause like for me, okay, I don't know, this is the 50th episode. So if anybody gets upset, you include my wife, it's the 50th episode. I can say what I want to say. I'm a pimpin' mackin' ass nigga when I talk. So like when Dom talk, like the shit he say, it's like that's some shit I want to tell a bitch. Like, look, bitch, like this, you know what I'm saying? Gumbo just ain't the same without okra. You know what I'm saying? That's you without me. It's the same thing. You know what I'm saying? It's like
that was the bar right there.
But that's what he said. Like, you know what I'm saying? He's like, might take you on Oprah. Gumbo just ain't the same without Oprah. You and me, it's the same thing. It's like the nigga just cold, man. So my favorite line was like,
that's your favorite line of all time.
All time.
It was like when he said it, when he was like, you know what I'm saying? He was like, he said, I could tell you out. I forgot all the bars. I have to look it up. But like I could smell you out. I could tell you out. I'm a Mac. Don't let these niggas tell you out. It's just like, wow, because I'm a Mac user. And it's like, I know how fucked up it is to get on a IBM compatible computer and be fucked up. And it's just like, I am a Mac. Don't let these look, it's my favorite line, dog. It is my favorite line of all time.
What about you, Flush?
I'm gonna go. I'll go last.
You want me to go?
I don't have one, son. Y'all go ahead.
Look, dog. Okay, hit me with y'all's. I ain't gonna say a better line.
Yeah, right. That's why I was on some bullshit when I started.
I have a list.
All right, okay. So a bevy of my favorite lines are on Joe Budden freestyle 6 Minutes of Death. Where he say, you're Super or Luigi, or you're Super Mario. He say you're Mario or Luigi. Damn, how it go? I got it in my goddamn head. But he was like, you couldn't spit fire if you found that flower. But like it was like a Mario or Luigi bar before that. And he was like, you couldn't spit fire if you found that flower. And then he got another joint on the. He said you Super Mario thugs couldn't get taller unless you was on even if you was on shrooms.
Right.
So yeah, I like that. Like
Okay.
yeah.
Y'all want some real bars?
Of course, hit us with some sheep shit. He want to hit us with some ghost shit. Go ahead.
No, listen, I'm doing my research. Now I got a little. It's like I got like 4 bars, like 5 bars that I gotta get off real quick, fast. When you crossed me, you lost me. Now if I was guarding Derrick Rose, I would be more understanding. But you ain't Derrick Rose. You was my number 1, but you ain't Derrick Rose. You tried to make your point again. You ain't Derrick Rose. You just on some bullshit, bitch. You ain't Derrick Rose. Classic fat bars. Real quick. Another classic bar. I heard she suck a good dick and can hook a stick up. I'm sorry, that's just who's fat? And that's some fat shit. Like I heard she suck a good dick and can hook a stick up. I like that.
That's not even, you know what I'm saying, metaphor.
Hold on.
Go ahead, yo. Your bars is trash, yo. Your shit worse than Juice. But go ahead. Juice, your shit dope. Your shit dope compared to deep shit. Go ahead, man.
Hold up. Too many blueprints, not enough architects. Too many blueprints, not enough
You
architects.
see how we didn't move? You see how nobody said nothing? Your shit trash.
Yo, that's yo.
Hey, it was trash.
Too many blueprints, not enough architects.
Okay.
You tripping, dog.
Yeah.
If you are what you eat, how come I'm not pussy? That's trash too.
Yes, man.
Yo, I can't do it.
It's not move. You got some more on your list?
I got some more.
We need to put this as a poll.
Right, we need to put this on there.
Listen. I used to hit the kitchen lights. Cockroaches everywhere. Now I hit the kitchen lights. Is marble floors everywhere?
No, it's not moving.
None
of it's moving. Like,
hold up. Beans just make you fart, but kissfully shit on niggas. That's like
No, whoa. That was a Kiss line?
Beans just make you fart.
Yeah.
Kissfully shit on niggas.
But Kiss got a lot of. He got some shit though. He got some different lines. Okay, that's your.
I got one more.
Okay, go ahead.
Meat joint. Watching a
we know this trash.
Watching a black woman take my freedom almost made me hate my people. I can dig that.
I can dig that for sure.
Man.
Hey, hold on, Mister. You can't even you only got your bars together. That's fair.
All right. Well, I got a fab bar where he said on a freestyle on a clue. No, it's actually DJ Envy. I won't. Well, he said all my girls seem to care about is taking care of my kids like they got a daycare in their mouth. Are you crazy?
Now the code is shit.
You better stick to. Hey, listen. You better stick to singing my.
Well, that's another ending story without the white flying dog. That's a hard ass Joe bar.
Listen.
That's another ending story without the white flying dog.
Listen.
Come on, yo.
Just sing my hooks when I need you.
Hey,
nigga, sing your hook one time. Then all of a sudden, I just gotta sing your hooks. Fuck out of here.
Backing shit to me was now you got these young cats all in their dumb raps talking about how they punch that. When I see them in the street,
I don't see none of that. Damn, Playboy, where the fuck is the Hummer at? Those ain't Rolex diamonds. What the fuck you done to that? Yeah.
Funny to me. Selling records being you for
You just want to be me.
Come on, dog.
Yeah.
Hey,
right.
hey.
Yeah.
I ain't want to go cliche with a whole verse because I could do that all day. You know what I'm saying? So, no, I'm not feeling it. You keep trying to make it work. It's not working.
I just went in real life. Your man be like, yo, dog, the head was crazy. And she made me steak. Like,
I ain't moving.
Jada got so many bars though. Who's one? Man, dog. You know what? That Kiss of Death? That nigga got shit loaded on there, dog.
Listen, the Kiss can go bars all day, man.
Yeah, he really kind of stupid with that.
Y'all cats want to, who really the best rapper since Big ain't here? Y'all know the answer to that when Kiss ain't here.
Yeah. All right.
He the best man. Well, give me some I ain't hear no Kanye bars from Mr. Kanye West favorite
What?
#1 fan club. I ain't hear no Kanye bars.
Cause he ain't write them.
Oh shit!
about my way to heaven when I spent
It
it
on
on
the
a
necklace. Yeah. But I mean, Kanye had some shit. What's the joint with him and Cam?
He said I ordered the jerks. He said you always.
What you eat? Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that.
On Devil in the Blue Dress.
Yo, that drink right, they got some drinks. He said, hold on, what's the other drink say? He said,
That's the album of the decade. I don't care what nobody say, man.
I ain't mad at that.
I'm not gonna argue.
What?
My beautiful Twisted Dark Fantasy. I ain't arguing that juice. Nope.
Right there, I don't know who wrote that shit, but yo.
I like when he said on the last call joint when he said the mayonnaise colored beds.
Miracle Whips, yeah.
That was a high low. That was a high low bar.
Killing y'all niggas with that lyrical shit. Mayonnaise colored beds. I push Miracle Whips. That was that. Yeah. Because of the rock that she wanted to rock with West, because after the blueprint I got lots of checks. Yeah.
Right. Hold on. When are we going to give Big Tigger the Lifetime Achievement Award, dog?
For what?
Big Tigger Rap City?
For what?
Why does he need a Lifetime Achievement Award?
Come on, dog. We got to show. Big Tigger needs some love, dog. Big Tigger.
He's a personality.
All our childhood. What?
He get free tickets every year. He get free tickets every year.
Yeah, that's it.
No, fuck that. We got to get Big Tigger some type of acknowledgement. Rap City, the basement. Yeah, we just always freestyle.
Do we just miss him or what?
I just think we gotta show him love. Like he was a big. I don't know about y'all. I was in the crib 4 o'clock on a weekday.
Oh, for sure.
We always running the basement. Then
He's a part of our childhood. No.
I don't know. Like I'm with you. Like no, Trill feel like Big Tigger was a bigger part of our era than he's getting credit for. But I'm not like at Lifetime Achievement with him yet.
No, I ain't okay. I didn't actually mean like a, my bad. I didn't mean that lyric. He needs to acknowledge, what you always say, cool, give him the flowers.
Yeah.
Big Tigger, that man. Big Tigger ate a lot of niggas up too. Like if niggas came to the people some bullshit, Big Tigger killed little niggas with his freestyle shit.
Yeah, nah, he was a special cat. I would say this: they definitely need to take a generation of hosts and VJs, and they need to thank them because they were the reason why we stayed tuned in.
They can still do it. Why you can't bring
Joe
the basement
Cleasy,
back?
Big Les.
Why you can't bring the basement back?
Don't forget taking the suit.
Yeah.
He was on Saturdays.
You can't bring the basement back.
They could definitely bring the basement back.
You could bring the basement back. Somebody got to be smart enough.
Yo, what do you watch BET for? I remember BET was a major part of what I watched.
Nothing. What are you talking about? I watch it. I do not. Nah, man, ain't watching that shit. For what?
Probably since they sold it, just about.
Well, Viacom has always had Viacom's been on it for a while. They've always been trying to transition it away from what it is, but it's really you know what? Maybe this podcast, what we're talking about right now, could propel them into that. Because I think if they brought the basement back, even Teen Summer, that shit would be retarded.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Ananda Lewis was so bad.
H.U.
I want to say this too. Shout out to Megan Thee Stallion. I am a super fan of hers. Yeah. She's fine and she can rap. I don't give a fuck what nobody say about her.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something real quick. Like I don't be on like that, so you hear the song and it's like whatever. But and she looked the part, but it's still like whatever. But she did a freestyle, I don't even remember, but from Go, she bodied the joint. And I was like, oh, in that moment. Now, I'm going to tell you, I'm looking at a whole stallion. And that's the last thing that I was focused on. Because I'm hanging on her words. And it wasn't even a song. It was a freestyle. I said, oh, yeah, she got it. I can see why that she got it.
I seen her pull up. She said her mom used to rap back in the day.
Man, she got it, bro.
Who?
Whatever, Megan Thee Stallion, whatever it is. If she write her own songs, I'm assuming, Juice?
Yeah, she do because she's a unique person because she's from my hood. And so that's the hood to, by the way, shout out to DJ School. We just had June 27th. Yeah. We got a lot of stuff in Houston that's just iconic. And back in the day, like when we freestyle, you really had to freestyle. It worlds, man. I think her pops is an OG, you know,
She
mom
got
rap
it.
or whatever, and
She got it.
she got it. She put it like this: if she wants to go the Rhapsody route,
Yeah,
she
she
could
could burn.
totally go the Rhapsody
She
route.
could burn somebody up. I mean, you know, and
she got the ability to make songs, right?
yeah.
And she fine.
And she fine. Then she fine. Like fine is last. That's what, she is fine as you supposed to be, and that's supposed to be first. Her fineness is last because she balled up.
And know what the fucked up part about it is? Niggas think because of her lyrics, like there's a lot of niggas in the game that be coming at her, and she be just swatting them niggas away.
Yeah, you can feel it. You can feel her energy.
Niggas hear the freaky the bars and think she's sweet.
I feel like she commands some level of respect. Now you ain't just on some. You know, I don't see much of the girl. I'm not consuming. I ain't never listened to the whole song from stop to finish. But my 13-year-old knows the music. You understand what I'm saying? So I gotta pay some attention to it. So what I'm saying is like as I'm listening, I remember did you bring Method Man back up? He made a mistake of being critical of Waka Flocka at some point in Waka Flocka's hype. Now we know how bad that would have turned out. We're like, oh, what is this shit? And then he turned into Waka Flocka Flame, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I never want to be the old guy that's hypercritical. But all I'm saying is with my hypercritical ear that's always turned on because we fuck with bars, she flamed it from 59 seconds, 58 seconds, and a 60-second Instagram thing. Flamed it. And so for me, that was an instant, more than the Big Old Freak song. That's a whole hit. You know what I'm saying? Because I get that. They can make hits the way they want. And as long as you got the formula, you can do it.
Yeah.
But you can't coach that. You can't coach her bars and the diction, the tone, the breath control, all the shit you look for in a hot song. Then she fine. That's what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
But back to Waka Flocka Flames, another one of them artists who had a little 2-year, 3-year.
Oh, Waka still doing it.
No, Waka still doing thing. He just went and got money hella. He went EDM.
EDM
Yeah.
money.
Him and Wu Kid, like
Doing
they just
white
started
college tours.
making hella money off of that.
Yeah.
Like Wu Kid, they get paid. Like, look, dude, boys out here making bread, dog.
Mm-hmm.
Niggas getting money.
Waka ain't off his run, bro. He's still on. Yeah.
Shout out to my nigga Stally. That nigga still getting bread on his own. He getting love everywhere. He gonna be here. Oh, real? He gonna be here July 21st. Just told me.
Okay.
Come through, whatever. I'm definitely gonna fuck with him. Like it's a lot of niggas that's just doing their thing, man. Like making money.
Real quick, ladies, this is the perfect time to get whatever you want to get done. NBA is over. NFL ain't started yet.
NBA ain't over. NBA ain't over. We got a solid 2 weeks where we're gonna be talking about basketball.
We can talk basketball.
It's July where NBA is over.
No, you can check your phone for that though. If you want to get some shit achieved, you better take now to around the middle of August. Or he can get whatever you want that nigga to do. He can check his phone. Tell him bring his phone with him. When that shit do, he can check it and see who signed where.
The breaking news.
Right.
Hey, Sherry, I ain't doing shit if the head ain't right and the steak ain't made perfectly.
Oh, here we go. Hershey sucked a good dick and cooked the steak up. Listen, it's all good. Listen, y'all been married too long. That's what it is. y'all been out the game, so y'all know what's going on. Like this steak is some head that changed your life.
Well, we just had a baby, so you know we know what time.
Listen, matter of fact, the next subject is. Let me go ahead and save you, brother. Y'all ain't saved me. I'm gonna save you though, brother. Because when I was talking, y'all just let me go.
That nigga said that bitch is 56. She has no place to be working.
I can say she can't do the big one, dog. That's all I can say.
Hey, I laughed at that shit for a couple days. She said, something told me not to go.
Something told me not to come to work.
Oh, really, bitch? What was it?
Whatever told you that, I don't want no
And she can't open up the pickles.
Right. Or pick them up. Real quick. Meek Mill's co-owner of Liz.
That's dope.
He said.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine.
He got something coming out too. Some exclusive coming out.
It's gonna bump
I
up.
want to know the percentage.
I heard. I mean, it's not. Okay. That's important. I assumed 50% based on the story, but it could be totally wrong.
Yeah.
They need some help, Liz.
Yeah, but don't give them
Yeah, no,
.25
we not
like they
fucking with
tried to hove. You know what I'm saying with the nets.
and listen,
No, you ain't gonna
listen,
get me hype.
In this day and age, we would call Hov on that bullshit these days.
Yeah, you fucking right.
We would call Hov on that bull like this.
He would call Hov
He
on that
would,
one.
he would call himself on that bullshit. Though, you know what I mean?
I can't lie. I still fuck with Liz. Like if I'm at the boutique, I can't lie. You know,
I bought something from Lids the other day.
I'm a
like,
fucking Lids.
don't get it twisted. That's not what I'm saying.
If me
Yeah.
50% on it when I need a hat, I'm gonna go to Liz, and the sales gonna bump up.
I only get my hats from Lids.
This my twist, right? As a nigga with a hair that's big, we gotta get fitteds back popping. Like I can't do a snapback. My hair
I'm a snapback nigga, dog.
Yeah,
my hair too fucking thick, dog.
I can't do that big old like.
To that last two.
I can't do the big old bill, all the big bill shit. The fitteds, I wasn't fucking with that time, dog.
Yeah, I had to go get me another goddamn hat box because I got a problem.
You too? Hey, like.
Oh, I got hat luggage, bro. I got hat luggage.
I got a hat and sock like stands. Like I got a hat and socks. Like when I go buy sneakers, I gotta get a hat and I gotta get socks.
Yeah,
And then if I get two pairs of sneakers, I gotta get two different pairs of socks and I gotta get a sneaker for it. That's weird, dude.
I got 6 hat boxes.
Why do people think because you wear a hat that means that's your team? I buy hats because I want hats that don't nobody really wear like that. So when I go buy a hat, I might go buy like I had a Jacksonville Jaguar hat, not because I like the team, which I did at the point. It was cool, but I just wanted something that I don't see everybody walking around in. People see you with a hat, or I got a Cincinnati Bengals hat because I like orange and black. Oh, you like the Bengals? No, dog. I just like the hat. It's different. I don't see it in the city like that. Like I don't buy no Eagle shit because everybody got Eagle shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like okay, so let's break this down. When you are a hat connoisseur, people, listen. I'm an Astros fan. I love the Astros, but I got a Dodgers hat that I wear that I haven't seen anybody used to wear, and I bought it in LA. I love it. Like it's some dope shit. Like when you're so hip hop is a culture, right? It's a dress, it's a style. So when we wear certain shit, it doesn't mean we support the team. We just like the colors and shit. Like let us make it, bro. Like I can't wear this with everything. I can't. I don't even want to. Like I just. That's just how. Like Yankees hat, a Yankees hat, a Dodgers hat, even like an Astros hat. These are some of the most popular hats you could get in America, and so you're gonna wear it.
That's like even with my throwback. With my throwback game, I never wanted throwbacks that everybody had. I went and got an Earl Campbell. I had a Michael Jordan high school. I had a Laney High joint at one point. So I was always just trying to do something. Remember we was in I was in the Negro League joints.
Mm-hmm.
I had crazy Negro League jerseys.
I ain't gonna lie, man. You was that nigga with the hat.
I'm still wild. I was throwback. I remember when I came to Philly on leave one time for 2 weeks, and I had 14 throwback jerseys. I had a throwback jersey for every day I was gonna be in Philly. My pop got all of them now. My pop got all them throwbacks hanging in his closet right now. Just throw them on whenever he wants to, and they be big as hell on his ass because he little.
You was that guy, man. I remember that. Like you did that. Yo, that mental and that shit tapped a lot of niggas' pockets back then.
Right. Even I went through my little Jordan phase too, heavy. Down there, I used to go on Military Circle and just go crazy.
Military Circle Mall. God damn.
They always look alright right here.
Yeah.
Why Kyrie bum ass going to Brooklyn?
I think what's name going there? I think
Who?
KD.
Okay, yeah, I got it. So, so you gonna sacrifice a year of your career to go back with KD, who may not be KD anymore?
He grew up as a Nets fan. As somebody who grew up as a Lakers fan, if I was nice and ball, I would probably want to be a Lakers fan, even if we had a sorry squad.
Hey,
so these niggas ain't chasing championships no more.
How you up as New Jersey?
Yeah, but so what? You're a New Jersey Net. I don't give a fuck if you was from Jersey. No offense to all. Hey, I love Jersey. But listen, even niggas in Jersey, y'all was really New Jersey Nets fans because they was trash.
That's what being a fan's about. It's them hard years. And Juice, you know, because I remember when.
Juice going through hard years right now. I don't know why he act like he ain't.
Hey, Red, hold on. Hey, I ain't did nothing to you.
Hey, you laid it up for me, bro. You was like this.
Hey, okay, Real.
You laid it up there for me, man.
It's like your third infraction.
I love you, bro. I'm not coming down there when you fuck around get started and then jump me.
Me getting there free.
I gotta wait outside the car.
Hey, Juice, but do you like the thought of giving up Aaron Gordon and Aaron?
No, I really don't. In all honesty, I could give up Clinton Capella. I don't want PJ Tucker and I don't want Gordon to go because I feel like that's the attitude and the hustle for the team. To me, that is the equivalent of giving up a Trevor Ariza.
It is.
I think that is somebody that could have really helped you win now. Okay, so let's say you go Chris Paul, Harden, Jimmy Butler. I think it could work if you get things to surround them. But how is Jimmy Butler going to work in ISO? How does this all work with the ball always going through Harden's hands?
Yeah.
And
he taking a meeting with the Heat. What the fuck is wrong with him?
Listen, I think
Jimmy.
Jimmy's really just trying to pump the Sixers and give him a 5-year deal.
But I ain't gonna lie though, Jimmy was here the other day. Like I think honestly though, dog, like I think he kind of want to be back in the '80s, but it's gotta be right for him.
Him with,
cause he's from Houston.
Right, him with Harden don't make sense. Jimmy ball in his hands. Jimmy with Embiid and with Ben Simmons who don't really score makes more sense than him in Houston. First of all, them personalities, that shit like the days of our lives in Houston. That shit gonna be like reality TV. They might as well give you all 15 cameras and record that shit.
Juice, get that nigga an infraction. You hear him talking?
I mean, you know what? I gotta tell him he right. Jimmy personality,
strong. Do we gotta go to Minnesota?
Yeah.
You got Chris Paul personality, strong. And then, like, I feel sorry for James Harden because they not going.
Hey, but Jimmy, look, Jimmy a H-Town nigga for real, so you can't look. If I'm at home and y'all talking smack, nigga, I'm gonna go to the block where y'all keep fucking with me. Like,
motherfucking James Harden gonna be like Rob Transvest in a new edition movie. You gonna sit by yourself, don't nobody like me, man.
If Kawhi decide to go to the Lakers tomorrow, it's game over. That's it.
You said what?
If Kawhi go to the Lakers, that's it. Ain't nothing else to talk about.
As a Lakers fan, I don't see it happening though.
Why? So everybody keeps saying that. So why do you think he's taking a meeting?
Because he wants to go to the Clippers.
No. Well, if you want to go to, why take a meeting with the Lakers? That's my point.
This what I heard. The coach Jim Fisher, that coached him in San Diego State. Rob Pelinka played for Michigan with him, so they connected. There's so many connections.
You're not hearing what I'm saying. No. If it's
Listen.
not a possibility, why take a meeting? You don't have to take the meeting.
LeBron came to Houston.
I think it's a possibility because of the connections. Him and Kobe has worked out in the summer. Him and LeBron has worked out. What's the name? Rob Pelinka played for Fisher, who he played for. It's a lot of connections with LA that I found out probably in the last 24 hours. Like, oh shit, I ain't know all this shit.
Well, yeah, I'm aware of all that stuff, but why take the meeting if it wasn't a possibility?
It's possible. I think he's considering it. I'm surprised with his college.
Why are you surprised? He was in San Antonio.
Hold on, Stephen A. said it perfect. The difference between him going to LA and LeBron going to Miami and KD going to Golden State was he's already got 2 championships, 2 Finals MVPs. He has nothing to prove to anybody. LeBron going to Miami has something to prove, no championship. KD going to Golden State had nothing to prove, no championships. He's proved that he can carry a team by himself.
Right, so basically he can go home and still be on the best team in LA.
I'm a Lakers. I love the thought of it. I'm just not ready to get worked up about it and not happen.
Like Derrick Rose, he take his ass to LA too.
Derrick Rose going to
the Detroit.
Hey, shout out to all my LA fam. You know I love y'all. All my Cali people, but I hate the Lakers. This whole conversation right now is making me sick. Like, I might literally get off this shit just for a second to puke. Fuck the Lakers. I hope nothing good comes out of this. I hope LeBron. Hey, LeBron, why don't you cut your hair, bro? What's up with that? Like, this is kind of like.
He just got new treatment. He ain't cutting it. He just got new treatment. And lay off my man LeBron.
I can tell.
I'm a LeBron fan now.
His hairline look fuzzy though. His hairline be looking real funny. He got a fresh cut, straight line. Why do your hairline like when the barber cuts your hair?
Cause he got plugs. What are you talking about?
Leave that man hair alone. When we get on, I'm getting hair again too, baby.
Hey, I went to the joint today, Juice. You know what I mean? My shit's skin ball.
What is that?
What you say?
Hey, you know what? Come to think of it, Neef, it might be two of y'all niggas that gotta pay. Cool, you get it for free.
That's my nickname, yeah.
Philly juice.
He say he good, but he don't know about y'all. Y'all gotta pay.
You gotta come to Philly juice.
I wanna come. I want a Philly. Listen, I want a Philly cheesesteak sandwich. I want a beer. I got my homie got that food truck. I wanna see him.
It's just a Philly cheesesteak. You don't gotta say the sandwich, bro.
Okay, so I don't say Philly cheesesteak sandwich. I just say Philly cheese.
Yeah.
No, Philly cheesesteak.
Philly cheesesteak.
Philly cheesesteak.
Or
You
just
gotta
cheesesteak.
I gotta know how to do it.
You gonna have me looking crazy, but you, like you said, turn that Houston up.
Ooh. Man, I ain't never seen this.
Already.
Yeah, and bitch might just be like, oh, you want the Hennessy? I do want the Hennessy.
Already.
Already.
Shout out my man Black. My man Black used to say already all the time. Already, Will.
Already, baby.
Yo, Shaka Khan said she was pissed when she heard Through the Wire.
Right.
But it's
Right.
Shaka.
She said no, she wasn't mad at the sample, the fact that how he changed her voice.
She trolling us, bro.
Yeah.
Right. Well, man. Yo, real talk, like I always thought Shaka Khan was fine. Like even now that however old she is, if she like 60, she bad as shit at 60. Like,
Would you open up her pickles?
Shaka Khan.
I mean, like, of course, like.
Hold on, let me check it. Give me another still reserve.
Hey, Shaka Khan might get them pickles open. How old is she?
Shaka gotta be 60 something at least. She's still like very beautiful woman. I don't even want to be disrespectful. Very beautiful woman still. Like
She might got that fire, huh?
and she a little fluffy too. So.
She was messy. I love Shaka Khan, but she was being messy for saying it currently like that, man. She ain't tell that man to his face she ain't like the song. She performed it with him.
No, she said she heard the.
She was being messy, bro.
He hit her up and said, "Can you use a sample?" She said, "Cool." Then he speeded it up. She said she didn't like it when she heard. She said,
"Bruh, that's not for you, Shaka. You being Waka Flocka Method Man right now. Wasn't for you. If you say you know what? This is an easy one. Stevie Wonder was notorious for not letting people use his samples. Now you would think it'd be so. What's his name? But Ja Rule said, "Man, I had to sell a few records before Stevie let me let it." Everybody said, "We're living up and say."
Do I do?
He ain't let him sample that at first. He had to prove himself. Yeah. So if you get to a point where you say, "Yeah, I'm gonna let you sample," you gotta let it go, baby. It's for a whole nother generation. Don't come back. What's that? A matter of fact, that's when we fucked with Kanye. Yeah. Through the Wire meant something.
That song was what? Damn near 20 years old.
Yeah. Don't pick that one, Shaka. You were being old and messy, baby.
I never heard Stevie let nobody. I never heard Stevie was funny with his sample.
Yeah. Him and who is
well, you just
Anita Baker don't like people cursing.
Yeah, protective of your art. So some of them will say no. I'm not gonna let you sample it. So it's plenty. It's some real famous songs that didn't get clearance that only lived on mixtapes, throughout our time. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? 66.
Hey, the old artists though, I heard at one time they were really strange. I think it was Parliament that said they wasn't tripping. Like George Clinton said he didn't really care, but there were certain artists that really cared about their samples. But let me make this clear to y'all. If it wasn't for 90s hip hop,
right,
y'all wouldn't be around.
You wouldn't been on that show, cause the show is from fucking Housewives of Atlanta, which is a hip hop based. I'm not saying it's hip hop based, but it's all based in the same kind of thought. Atlanta wouldn't be Atlanta without the fucking hip hop to begin with. So Shaka, you wouldn't even been on the show to complain about some song 20 years ago. They wouldn't have been talking about Through the Wire, the original on no Andy Cohen show.
Talking about Chris Brown album again. He had a lot of what fucks me up is a lot of the stuff they flipped has the what's the word I want to use? They're using the basically like the like the rhythm of a song that he got a Aaliyah joint on there that's like a Aaliyah joint, the back and forth joint, but he flipped the words. So what's the term I'm looking for? More of a you're using the
interpolation or what's the?
Say it again.
What, like an interpolation of it?
Yeah, you're using like the rhythm they went with the drums or
The bass line.
The beat pattern or the
pattern that you saying it. You can tell it's a couple days on there. Matter of fact, and he flipped the clip string to grinding. They had that they had that beat that drum drink for a drink on there too. Chris had. So a lot of the stuff I don't know if these kids know that it's from our era, but
they don't know. But they
like Lil Wayne tried to motherfucking flip special delivery and everybody had a dance.
Yeah.
I mean, man, yo fucking put Ghostface on there. I want to hear that bullshit.
That's not it. It was like it was new old. It wasn't even that long ago. They tried to.
Yeah. How you flip special delivery 10 years later? They call it what they had the challenge. What was this shit called?
5, 4, 3, 2, go.
What was the shit called?
Yeah,
Uproar Challenge. What? I was like, what are y'all doing?
That's happening more and more, like where basically newer songs or more contemporary songs are being sampled.
So
I mean, Lil Wayne did that.
I didn't expect that from Lil Wayne and Swiss Beats.
Yeah.
Because Swiss Beats is dope and he don't need to do that.
Right, but the difference is when it's always been. Let's keep it a big. The cats that we grew up with in the '90s sample. But but in the '90s, the difference is they had no problem paying homage to those people before. It's like now they be acting like they the first ones to do some shit like that. I would have paid.
Hey, you saying Swiss Beats is dope?
Yes.
I think he's one of the most overrated fucking producers on the planet.
Oh shit!
That's a hot take.
Damn. Oh shit! I'm giving up my title. Juice is now the king of controversy.
Hey bro, you want to get a steak up sandwich with cheese on it? What's wrong with Swiss?
Hey, that nigga said I'm gonna get a steak and sandwich. Listen, that nigga Swiss to me, like, okay, first off, I think his drum choices are pretty much the same. I'm not amused by him. I know when like him and Just Blaze did that whole battle, Just Blaze murdered him because Just Blaze is one of the best producers ever.
You think Just Blaze murdered him?
I know he murdered him.
Really?
Whoa.
Just Blaze is one of the best. Like
I agree, but I wouldn't say that Just Blaze murdered him.
I don't fuck with
Just Blaze is too docile to murder nigga who gonna say it's showtime. Like you can't fuck with that.
Listen to this.
Come on, Swiss
When you
Get
take the
money.
song
Come on,
on the
Juice.
keyboard and you use that as a song,
What you say?
I can't fuck with you.
When you
Swiss.
what? What you say? What?
That he took a song. What was that? Do y'all niggas bust y'all guns? Hell yeah, we but that was the pre-sample off the Casio keyboard. He took it and sampled it and made the song.
And he body bottom up. He body bottom up. That shit go hard today.
Dog.
I go to the club today, be mad as
They
shit,
still
and then
play it.
bottom up. Come on, you like, oh,
Yeah.
my list. Oh, that shit go hard. Flame on.
Yeah.
Swiss did Bad from TV, dog.
Right.
I don't care if that nigga did.
Bad from TV, one of the best songs
I don't
ever.
know, Juice. Like I think it's only a few producers that change the complexion of hip hop, and Swiss changed beats or changed music for a couple summers.
Dog, you gotta
I'm gonna have to agree with that.
you gotta give Swiss DMX like 1998.
Yeah.
So,
Oh yeah, for sure.
sounds like
Ain't no way this good.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
motherfucker.
Whatever. This I think and I think is this is a classic argument because I can feel you on some level. I think though with Swiss, it's certain producers that they make the beat and then here go the beat, right? I think Swiss is more, and then there's certain producers that aren't really producers like your Puff Daddy, where they be like, put that in there, right? and give me that co-production credit, right?
Mm-hmm.
But Swiss, I think, is a director producer. You know, the Timbaland type. You know, probably closer to your type. You know what I'm talking about? Like when you be like, no, say it like this, and I think that counts for something. You feel me? So he definitely was always like he was able to get the best out of people for a couple summers, and I don't think you take that lightly.
Dog, you got to give Swiss the first 3 DMX albums, the first 2 Rough Rider albums, and then you got Jigga My Nigga. Like everybody had to have that one Swiss.
When I start running like my list, I mean, he ain't.
He had that for folks. Yeah, that's fair.
He's shit.
Cause I got like I'm running with like Knots and the Pharrells and like even Q-Tip and like you know what I'm saying. I'm going to Timbaland.
You taking Tip over Swiss?
Production over Swiss?
Huh?
You taking Q-Tip production over Swiss Beats?
You know he did all that shit they was doing, right?
That's cool, but you taking Swiss?
I'm taking Q-Tip over Swiss Beats for sure.
Mm.
You got a slap box when I see you, dog. First
Hey,
listen, you better have some hot pockets.
If I'm in Philly, you got a chance. And you
He did upgrade you, check up on it, ring the alarm.
Yeah,
he did Good Times, Styles P.
Bring the alarm to Beyonce joint.
He did Bring 'Em Out, Swing Your Rag,
Bring 'Em Out was nice.
Hotel, I'm a Hustler.
He did Bring the Alarm?
Huh?
The Beyonce Bring
Yeah.
the Alarm? That ain't crazy, dog.
He did Touch It, Busta Rhymes, Touch It.
He's got some elements of dope shit, but
Elements? We not going to.
And then he did Ultra Light Beams.
I don't care what he did.
Oh, Jack.
He's not better than Kanye and nothing, man.
And I honestly don't think he bodied Just Blaze. And I wholeheartedly don't think that.
Just Blaze better than a lot of niggas, though.
Just Blaze better than
When he came out with the joint with the Hove, Nas, and DMX song,
Right.
that we
Yeah,
still ain't
we
heard.
ain't
We
never
still ain't heard yet.
We ain't never heard.
When Hove, what Hove say? What Hove say about his goddamn bucket list? What he said he on his second bucket list or some shit.
No, listen. No maybes, no nothing. Just Blaze or Kanye West? Production.
Kanye West.
Kanye.
He did the truth beat, dog.
You do know that niggas be arguing and saying like,
listen, Kanye did the truth, dog.
Who's the best producer?
You can make an argument and say Just Blaze.
Where Just
You
Blaze
could.
at now?
Because I know people that have
Still
done that, but I'm gonna say Kanye too.
You can say either one, and it's not like you're wrong.
Right. I mean, you know, people will make that argument. I wouldn't bang with him.
You talk about honestly, to me, in my age, right?
Yeah.
And when I grew up and when hip hop was the most important in my life, if you're talking about the Mount Rushmore shit, it's Swiss, Kanye, Just Blaze, Timbaland, and Pharrell. For me, when I wasn't Dre. I remember Dre, what Dre did. I know how big Dre was, but for me, when my influential years, those guys was a guy. Pharrell told. Listen, I swear, Pharrell told Fab when he did Holla Back Youngin' and listen to Vanilla Ice Baby. Was it Ice Baby? Before you write your verse, listen to Ice Baby, and this is how I want you to approach Holla Back Youngin'. So it's more to make it a beat. When you fuck with Pharrell,
that's what I mean, like about that directing type producer. I think Swizz is closer to that, and so you get a little bump up rather than making the beat in your basement and then somebody rap on it later. SoundCloud type joint today. I
I'm
think
gonna tell y'all some real shit while we talking about Dr. Dre though, y'all. Listen,
He
Chronic 2001.
he be ghosting.
Chronic 2001 is the best sonically mixed hip hop album of all time.
That boop, boop,
Chronic
boop, boop, boop.
2000.
I mean,
Dr. Dre's on another.
let me understand what you mean when you say that.
you gotta put the
What I'm saying is,
headphones over you. You gotta have them over that to appreciate
so far
that
as
joint.
engineers, in engineering, bro, when we talk audio engineering,
Levels.
we talk about the sonic spectrum. We talk about, you know, when you're mixing, you approach it as if you could see with your ears and where you put stuff. And I'm gonna just say this: that album, snares, everywhere where it was done, I know
Pitched right.
was all over it.
Yeah.
It's hit, dog. It's hit like it's
so
like Thriller. When I told niggas the reason why Thriller is the greatest selling album of all time.
You just said that. What you just say? What's the name of the album? The Dr. Dre?
I said Chronic 2001.
It's just like Thriller.
In terms of its sonic.
I know what you're saying.
For people who don't have the mind that you have and don't understand, I need you to break down when you say sonic production. What do you mean?
So what I mean sonically, when I'm talking sonically, everyone, I'm talking about sound, frequencies, where they're placed. You can't just go in the studio put vocals over beats, because what happens is when you start adding frequencies together, you start creating another sonic spectrum. You must put these things in their place so they can translate to the listener as a good song. And when you engineer something, it is just as important as what you're listening to, meaning like the music and the lyrics. So when you put these things in their proper places, you have to have a guy that's coming in with his ears and he's listening to where things should go and be placed in the sonic spectrum.
So you know, and that's excellent, man. And I love this conversation just because of the love of music and not knowing before my ear or appreciating the ear. I think we all have an ear on the show, but like to your point, Juice. What's that? Everybody loves the sunshine. That song. The Roy Ayers joint. So if you listen to that, and I say with the earphones on, or right, like you could hear, like almost like it's layered, right? You can appreciate the tone in that, and so you come to understand that Dr. Dre apparently, at least the way he worked, you know, he'd be like, no, put that snare at this level or whatever that. And what I think what Juice is saying is like every song is mastered or it sounds a way where those melodies and tones are supposed to fit. Versus you I'm sure there's songs you ever hear a song and you be like that shit sound off at some point in a thing, but you just rock with it because it's rocking. Dr. Dre probably will never have one of those skip beat moments in a song because I think he takes so much time, pride, and effort and mastery into making his shit sound like a Roy Ayers, you know, everybody, you know, that, but it's a hip hop. It's hip hop. Solange did a great job. Her last album, that Cranes in the Sky joint, was a sonically, it sounded good, if that makes sense. Outside of just the music, you know what I mean?
Correct.
But see, what you says that a lot of other people don't have is because he's been involved in such things. He hears things that our natural ear might not hear because that's what that's what his passion is.
Yeah.
So he hears.
You just said it, you right. Juice just said it too, I think, and it's funny because they didn't come up, but like when you say how you see it. So Kanye West spoke about seeing beats in color, like he sees beats. That's some other shit, man. And you hear it on that level. We just hear it as music. This is why I had a problem with Future. Because my belief is Future could do the same thing with those fucking melodies he put out all his career. He could do the same thing. He could make his voice an instrument and it be some bullshit, but it sound good because it sound good. Now, if you know that about yourself, like if you know that's your inner genius, you could say Rep the Set versus Molly Percocet. Now, somebody smart gotta say, well, if it could sound the same and that shit sound good and catchy, why would you ever say the raggedy shit?
Yeah.
He gotta look at the
mirror. He could have said
now.
Rep the Set.
Yeah.
Rep the Set.
From the go.
We still had the same effect.
We still had the same effect. Because it sound the same. So the radio edit says Rep the Set. Gotta rep the set. We rock with it all the same.
Yeah.
Right. That's true.
It's so much I want to jump into while I got y'all here. We dipped into it a little bit. Previously, just in general, this small talk, we might have skimmed across it. The Mark Jackson thing. A lot of us said that we feel like Mark Jackson should be a coach. Mark Jackson built up Golden State to where they were, to where they are right now, in a lot of aspects. And it's been said that, and I've heard this before, but it really came out through Andre Iguodala coming out with his book or whatever, saying that Mark Jackson is blackballed because he has, I guess, don't necessarily agree in as far as same sex or, men like the men, women like the women. He don't really agree with that. And that I've heard even when he got fired, he got fired, right? Did he get fired or he never got renewed on his I can't remember how it played out. But the whole why doesn't Mark Jackson have a job thing might have something to do about how he feels about people and their sexual preferences.
Well, it's funny you say that because Mark Jackson got a job.
I mean, he has a job.
I don't think he want to coach. That's the end of my thought.
You don't think none of those things are...
No, I don't, because he has a job where he has more visibility than he did as a coach. He's on TV 3 times a week.
Why does everybody act like he's been done dirty, or it just seems like to me you're saying he has a job that works for him, that's probably the best fit for him.
Right.
Right. So so let's say this, right? If you was to say, all right, let's say if people were saying that they feel sorry for me, let's say I got kicked off the podcast, I got another job, but this job is a great job for me, right? And this works out better for my life. But people feel sorry for me because I got kicked off the podcast. Wouldn't it be for me to correct them and say, you know what, even though the podcast thing didn't work out?
No. For what? Why address it? He don't have to address it because there's nothing to address. Jason Kidd is more blackballed than Mark Jackson.
But when you have people saying that, oh, well, when jobs come up, listen, what happens a lot of times is the fact that even with Luke Walton getting that Dallas job, not Dallas, where he get the job at?
Sacramento
all quit, that black men don't get enough opportunities, and then we see a Mark Jackson who was successful, and it looks like he's not getting opportunities. If him getting opportunities ain't the issue, why not say that?
So here's my question, yo. If I'm not looking for a job, what is there to talk about? Everybody thinks like differently.
If they're saying you getting blackballed and that's not what it is.
So what? But you don't. That's what I'm saying. If somebody addresses you and you don't want to address it, then you say nothing. It means nothing. Andre Iguodala is trying to sell books. He's on a fucking tour. He's at the Breakfast Club.
That was before Iguodala. I heard that before.
No, I understand you said. I understand you said you heard it, but it's been 5 years. Is my point. You heard it, yes, but you haven't heard it in 5 years.
Whether it's true or not, I just think it's a thing of coaching on the collegiate level and the professional level is hard, and it takes a toll from those guys and their families. And maybe he just saw like, look,
I don't want to do that.
I just don't want the political part of it. I just don't want to be involved in that. I'd much rather sit down and talk and give my analysis on the game.
Which he's great at, by the way.
He's amazing, yeah. That's what I'm saying. He has a good job.
Listen, me being a man, right? I don't want nobody feeling sorry for me for some shit that ain't really.
But that's what I'm saying. You feel like you have to address it. That's my point.
So what would you do, would you call a press con? Ain't nobody got time for that shit.
No, I'm just saying, like, listen, like, when everybody making
how would you say it? Is what I'm saying. What medium? How Mark Jackson, the age he is, what he gonna tweet it? What the fuck he gonna say?
Yeah, that's what I'm asking.
He just slip it in throughout a telecast.
For what? That's what I'm saying.
And to who?
How much attention did him saying that Embiid would be a top 5 player in NBA history, a top 5 center in NBA history during the Toronto series?
You're talking about someone's personal views and you're talking about their job. Those are two different things. You're addressing the wrong thing.
You as a man, if somebody back here said, damn, bro used to work at Texas University, he had this and this going on, and now he's not, because you don't nobody know what your life is. You know what I'm saying?
So here's the twist of that, right? They think I left UT because my migraines are too much. You know the truth. He know the truth. He know the truth. I don't have to address nothing. You understand that? You know why I ain't there, right?
Right.
Does it matter what they say?
True.
But and they can write a book about me, yo, and it won't change nothing.
You're right.
Right?
Listen, me as a grown man, I don't want nobody out here feeling sorry for me like I'm some guy who.
That's my point, yo. I'm grown, but I only care about the matter of people's opinion of the people I care about. you see what I'm saying? So I never have to address nothing. I left there 2 weeks before I was supposed to go, but it made sense for me. And my wife was cool with it, and my kids was cool with it, and everybody I love know what the beat is.
So that's all that matters.
That's all that matters. And even the people, my folks down there at UT, didn't know the truth, know what's up. I should have left months ago, right? The reason that I said why I left is not the reason why I left. We all know the reason why I left. And it was probably the smartest decision I've made in my life. The end. You know what I'm saying? So there's nothing for me to address, and my name still comes up. Well, Terrell wanted it this way. Terrell wanted it that way because I left a legacy. That's cool because of who I am, right, and what I stand for. But I let people talk shit.
Or Destiny too, nigga. Okay?
I'm just saying.
You, okay? You're special. Okay, we talking about fucking money.
I'm getting more money than people above me. You know what I'm saying? The end.
Bars.
Yeah, the end. There's nothing else to talk about. They couldn't pay me enough to go back.
Too quickly, but I gotta do some cooking and shit for the wifey.
You tell the wife this episode 50.
All right, hey, this episode 50. Fuck you. All right, let's go.
Oh, I was joking, Juice. Like,
Nah. You went in.
oh.
One more topic I want to ask y'all, right?
All right, go ahead.
I want to know, I think I said this to y'all, top 5 features who almost guarantee a hit. Right this second. Top 5 people who, if you put them on something right now, I feel like you feel like it's guaranteed to be something that can...
Cardi, Drake,
Cardi,
Chris Brown, Hove, and the baby. I would go with the baby. I can follow that.
I ain't mad at that though. My 5 was Drake, Chris Brown, Ty Dolla $ign.
Oh yeah, yeah. Give me Ty Dolla $ign over the baby.
And I said Jeremiah too.
Jeremiah's nice. Yeah.
I feel like that's my top 5 people who guarantee right this second. I wouldn't say Hove, like this Hove come when he want to come. I'm talking about like right now, like guys who when you look at the top 100, you see their names on there a lot.
Hey, you know what? Okay, so like Ty Dolla $ign, y'all know his brother TC, right?
No, I never heard.
I didn't realize that was his brother.
TC? Hold on. I might be tripping. Who TC?
That's his brother in jail. So when they say free TC, that's his brother.
Oh, I think about the nigga who was with Cash Money.
So he got a song called Miracle on like that free TC album, right? It's his TC and it's some other nigga that's just in jail.
Yeah.
These niggas rapping over the phone and singing over the phone. And Ty Dolla $ign put this shit on the record. That shit is dope.
Yeah, it's just bananas. You talk, the Free TC got the song Solid on there with Babyface.
Yeah, he got
that shit.
Like
Ty Dolla $ign got some bangers.
His brother TC, if his brother TC was free, he'd be like on Ty Dolla $ign level.
You know Ty Dolla $ign used to be a part of Immature?
No.
Yeah.
Well, you know his dad was a part of Lakeside.
Yep.
Immature though.
Immature. Yep.
How was he a part? Like what? To what?
He was a member of Immature.
At what point?
The end. Towards the end.
Wow.
Yeah.
You should never tell nobody else that.
You got the ways.
We up.
Hey man,
We up.
50th episode. I don't know what episode I joined. But man, for me it's been consistency, man. It's just showing that we rolling tough, and like I said, we got a page, we got a group of people interact with us. It's a community, and we've been able to take this podcast and what we talk about outside of ourselves and share with people, man. So the 50th episode, really, man, it just it's monumental for things to come.
Cool.
It's definitely a milestone when it went from the inception of doing the podcast, and then you guys started it, and going from guest feature to being asked to be a part of it, and then feeling and seeing the obvious synergy I think that the 4 of us bring as a collective. I know in my personal and professional life I need a lot of prodding and help and positive reinforcement. So when you hear things like iron sharpens iron, even dedicating this time, you guys kind of make it easier to do so, and I know that consistency will pay off on the back end, on someday for us. So I'm glad that I'm a part of the group, and be a part of the 50th episode on that end for sure.
Well,
so this really started. If you think about it, man, we were supposed to do this podcast years ago, right? And then to go to Philadelphia last year to celebrate my brother's niece's birthday in 2018, and then sparking from that conversation to start this podcast. It was it August or was it July? It was July. It was July.
Yeah.
Okay. To spark this in July, you know what I'm saying, a couple weeks later, and in the beginning we was just figuring it out. I want to say it was episode 2 that we recorded like 5 times. We thought we was recording. We lost the audio. The trials and tribulations through it, from just, you know, having the program that we had, and then having to figure out a way for all 4 of us to do this where it made sense for us, man. Has been great. I get to do this with my best friends. I get to do this with my cousin, who's more like my brother. You know, from an aspect of just being family, right? I hadn't seen Juice in almost 15 years. We linked up. It was like we had never left. You know, me and Neef have always been who we are, but I had skipped some Junes because of things that was going on in my life. To just put that in perspective and say I'm never going to miss another one, because all these moments are precious, man. I don't rock with a lot of people. I mean, if you know me, you know if I fuck with you, then it's family, right? You know what I'm saying? Everybody that's on this podcast has slept in my mother house. You know what I'm saying? At some point in time, and like that's real. You know what I'm saying? So to everybody who's came on the podcast to be guests, Jan and Ashley, however brief her extent was, and Jordan, and shout out to Trell, you know what I'm saying, who had a major part of this early on. I'm just thankful, man, and Cool's right, man. The consistency is key, man, and I look forward to it, and you know, we talk about it all the time about how you know how hard it is to coordinate with 4 grown ass men with families to work this out, right? You know what I'm saying? We've had to combat 14-hour, you know what I'm saying, time differences, 13-hour time differences, you know what I'm saying, funerals, weddings, bar mitzvahs, you know what I'm saying, child take homes, child births, in the car recording, going somewhere, like, you know, the bevy of things we've had to, you know what I'm saying, deal with to make sure this happens, and to do that 50 times. It's really more like 60 times for the ones that we recorded and didn't make. It's huge, man, and I love y'all, man, and I appreciate it. And I wouldn't have it no other way other than if we was all in the same room together. That's the only thing that I would change.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Brothers talking at 50. Like Bro said, it was something that was the idea a long time ago, and what re-sparked it up was a conversation. So we got to shout out Marie, Shiz, and Triz for that conversation that we had on my porch in Georgetown. It started off with me and Rel, and you know, Rel told me like, yo, my cousin Mikey Ben was telling me about Cool, but I kind of forgot about him, and then he said, yo, we should bring Cool on. Then he brought Cool on, and it was like,
it's Christmas. It was Christmas. We was in North Carolina.
This nigga brings something else. And then I think it was Juice first, or Cool was first.
Juice, I think Juice had did an episode before Cool.
Juice came on, and we threw the book away. I was like, right. So for me, it was more like, I mean, it's not about me liking. It's not like, okay, I like Juice and I like Cool, but if they didn't bring what they bring, it wouldn't be, all right, we're adding, or we're adding to what we're doing because of liking. I really felt like when we had the conversation, I think it was Cool first. And it was like, yo, Cool, we gotta add Cool, yo. He got something. I like what he brings. He brings something different. And then with Juice, it was just like, Juice is just, ain't no telling what's gonna come out that light skin nigga mouth. So, and that's what I appreciate. Like, my weakness is politics, and y'all stronger than y'all go, and I let y'all have it, and y'all do your thing. And then, you know, when everybody gets to shine, I feel like everybody brings a different element, brings a different strength, but is still versatile enough to be in the lane that is not their strongest. If this is my strongest and I get off on this, Juice can be there, Cool can be there, Bro can be there. Where Mike killing it and Mike Saturday Night Mike me killing it, we can all be in that space. So that was my main thing when it came time to even we discussed adding elements to the podcast. Like, you got to be to deal with all of it. You can't be like, oh well, all right, this is going on. I gotta shut the fuck up. If that's the thing, then you can't get down. I want to shout out the Trails. I want to shout out T. I want to shout out Danielle. I want to shout out y'all ladies. I'm pretty sure they add to what we do. I know for me personally, a lot of times, a lot of the things I come up with is through conversation with Trail and Vaughn. We sit there and we be talking about whatever, and I'm like, I gotta put it on the podcast. Or Vaughn will be like, shout out to Vaughn, yo, big bro, y'all gotta talk about this on the podcast. So me and T sit back and I ran top 5 features. I ran that by her this week. You get what I'm saying? Babe, who you think the top 5 right now, who would kill it? You get what I'm saying? So they add to, those are the behind the scene people who add to it. Danielle told us we approach topics too fast. Y'all move too fast from topics. You get what I'm saying? So those are all part of the group. Shout out to everybody who's been down since day one.
Andre Bogus, Jonathan Palaki. Yo, I love y'all, man. I appreciate it. My man Chris, Derek Palmer. And loyal listeners every week. Yeah. Oh, he caught up now?
I gotta thank Juice. Juice was on another podcast and we was going back and forth and he was shouting us out and
Facts.
we was shouting him out and I think we gotta get Megan P on, man. That gotta be the next one. We gotta figure that out. You get with her, see if
we can do that.
If we can incorporate her once a month, she part of the movement, you know what I'm saying? So we gotta figure that out too. We're growing, man. We went through segments. Bro had a segment where he showed sneakers and told but you talking about 50 episodes.
My Jordans, you know what I'm saying? My Jordans.
So much different shit. Like he had Trell with the new hot song that came out or whatever.
Yeah. The Young Boy song.
Right, we had top 5, we had Who You Got, we had all these different things, and just anybody who's watching, just look
sports picks, NFL picks. Don't forget the picks.
Right, NFL picks. More growth. Just look out for more growth and more. Every week we going on. We on 50. It's 52 years. It's 52 weeks in a year. So you know we here to stay. Whether it's 70 or 700. So I appreciate y'all. I love y'all.
Love you too, bro.
Love y'all too, man.
Love y'all.
Definitely a great episode. Anybody got anything else?
Hey, Facebook, y'all need to get off that bullshit. I'm gonna keep talking my shit. I'm gonna be. Is it back there? I'm gonna be that man right back there.
This nigga definitely got a picture of Tupac next to Jesus.
Hey, what you say, bro? In 50 years, he's gonna be a white man with glasses.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
With a fucking curly top.
Yeah, that bandana gonna turn to a dad hat.
Yeah, man.
This is
alright, y'all.
Shit, episode 50.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for episode 500. That shit gonna be crazy.
We're gonna be on tour with that.
Listen, I need all the chicken. And I might be a little slim. I might be like 220. I might be a slim nigga by then. My head's still gonna be big though. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Well, waves?
I don't know. I might have a body, but yo, we really gonna be honest.
Yo, somebody invite me to the Facebook group. I don't know why I'm not.
Cool down the Facebook group. Juice, fix that whenever you can at some point in time.
If I get free.
Or get Tracy to do it. Yeah.
Man, appeals court got me tripping in Facebook. They want every time I hit an appeal, they hit me with more time. What kind of shit is that?
He got the meal sentence.
Yeah, he got the Philly judge.
Dude, I'm really looking forward to that meal. That drink they got coming out on Amazon. Man. I'm looking forward to that.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be
that
dope.
shit gonna be dope. Yeah, the documentary.
That's gonna be dope.
Yeah.
I'm about to go
Free
on
meat.
the bike right now. Same room stuff. I'm watching this.
Bye, y'all. Love y'all.
All right, Juice, give him that chicken, man. Yeah.
All right.
All right, man.
Brothers Talking episode 50. We out.
Peace.